We are live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live and direct, live and direct.
And this live stream is a special edition T-Mobile live stream. That's right. And we want to thank our proud sponsor of this live stream. And here we
My
go.
dad.
Use a broke bitch. Living with your mommy. Congratulations. Thank you for the shirt, buddy. What do you think, Carlos? Thanks for the shirt. Jersey Hood boy, be proud of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, sad news. Last week, YouTube, stupid MFers, took down my live stream last week because of misinformation. I simply stated a fact, and they took it down. That's okay. I'll edit. I'll put it back up so you guys can watch the replay from last week. And that's all I got to say about that.
So they took it down for manual review?
No, they killed it.
So they took it down and then told you what was in it, and then you had to edit it and then repost it?
Yeah, I haven't edited and reposted yet, but I'll do that. I got to do that.
Yeah.
So. Because that was a good live stream last week. That was 3 hours long. That was really fun.
It was, yeah.
It was good. So, oh well. You got to play the games with stupid YouTube, you know. It's ridiculous. I mean, you just simply say 2 words and then boop, take you out. So, that's the sad thing. We're in a society now that you can speak the truth on something and still get paying for it. It's just like crazy. It's like, okay, I am drinking coffee. Ban! No, that's not coffee. That's fake. I mean, what the hell is happening to this country? Our First Amendment rights are being taken away.
I'm into that.
You find the truth about something and you say something, and all of a sudden they want to silence you. Well, tonight we're going to give T-Mobile a present, a 2-year anniversary present on their fake 5G. That's right.
2-year anniversary, huh?
Yep, 2-year. This is a special edition. Let's see who's in here so far. Well, look who's first. Shay's here first.
Oh, nice.
And then we got Isaiah. Michael's here. Chain Fried's here.
Yeah.
Here we go. This thing's like lagging tonight for some reason. This StreamYard is. Kazi's here. Blaze is here. Chase is here. Let's see. Yo, Troy's here. And of course, we got special guests tonight. We got in the second corner, we got SMT. Yay.
What
and
up,
in
y'all?
the other corner, we have Carlos.
What up?
And then in the next corner, we have Zero Cool.
What up?
When do we change his name to Too Cool?
Too Cool? Yeah.
Mhm.
Very
I don't know. In a couple of years, maybe. I don't know.
Or like really awesome cool. Yeah. Oh, look at here. Place says, but we are live and direct, though. Yeah. All right. See who else has showed up here. Who's this? Oh, Joseph. Well, hello there, Joseph. How you doing there, buddy? Yeah, and we're just a few days away from Christmas. Lurk mode. Oh, yeah, subscriber mode is on, too. So if you're on this stream for 10 minutes, you can comment. Yeah, because we're on high alert for trolls and haters. So high alert. So, and for the moderators, I put a whole bunch of keywords in there. So if certain keywords are said in here, which can get this channel taken down, it will flag it and hold the comments. So make sure that you are very careful and not let something go through that could hurt everything here. Let's see. Yep, Chase is right, but everyone close to me don't like me because they're speaking the truth. Christmas falls on Saturday this year. Yeah, and I gotta work. That sucks. Too many people do say things to people they shouldn't. The world is crazy. Yep. Pink tongue edition tonight. Hey, I like that. What do you think of that comment? Pink tongue edition. All right. Do not piss off the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, my number's disconnected. That's right. Yep, because certain people broadcast it all over the place. So I got sick and tired of all the spam calls. So I changed the number. So the other number's gone. That's all right. I have lots of phone numbers. No problem at all. All right, so Carlos, what do you want for Christmas?
C-band. That's what I want for Christmas.
C-band.
Yeah.
N77
snap.
to be exact. N77.
N77. Yeah. There we go. What about you, Caleb? What do you want for Christmas?
I want a, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe like a ham radio. Maybe some more scallops. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Which ham radio are you thinking about?
Maybe a Yaesu. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I know it's
radio. Yeah, but
right. Yeah, I might. We'll see. You know, it's Christmas. I usually, spend the money more on family than myself. So I always try to, spoil my nieces for Christmas. So we'll see how that goes. It's always the giving that counts, right?
Oh, nice. What about you, SMT? What do you want for Christmas?
Man, I'll take a good meal. I don't really require too much. A good meal, spend some time with the family, watch some football.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need much. I might do a live stream, have some people hang out, and
there you go.
I'll send invites to you guys. We could just hang out on a holiday stream, and I'll be good. That makes me happy, dog.
There you go. Well, for me, for Christmas, I'm getting a drone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's on Santa Claus's sleigh right now, and it's on the way.
You're about to hear the sleigh bells, bro.
Yep, going to hear them sleigh bells ringing. I'm going to get you guys some 4K 60 video of some cell towers around here.
Oh, tremendous.
With the ocean and palm trees in the background. All you people up there in the snow are going to be going, oh, snap. Let's see. What do you think of the idea of T-Mobile giving free month of trial of T-Mobile home internet to see if they like it on T-Mobile Tuesdays? If they like it, they're likely to ditch Cox.
Okay, so first of all, you can try T-Mobile home internet free of charge. Mm-hmm. It's no strings attached. Like, you could order it, they send it to you, you try it for a few days, a week, and it's not good. You send it back. You don't owe them anything. They won't even bill you for the part usage. So the fact that they're doing this as a T-Mobile Tuesday offer makes absolutely no sense, because it's not really a T-Mobile Tuesday offer, right? They're not giving you anything. You're trying to see if it's any good, and I don't know. I think they'd have an easy time converting some of those Cox customers. I think Cox is just so horrible at treating their customers. Yeah. And then also, they have not reinvested in their actual infrastructure, so their network performance is terrible. That combination gives T-Mobile a chance when they really shouldn't. Like, how would coax not be better than fixed wireless access?
Mm-hmm.
A tower site that might be a mile or two away, there's no way it should be competing with coax. But because Cox is a horrible company, T-Mobile has a chance. They can take them.
That's right. I said I'm guessing cable's bad customer service helping T-Mobile's home internet.
Exactly. I do think that T-Mobile's going to have a hard time taking away customers from good coax and good fiber, because those products perform much better than any fixed wireless access, unless you could make the argument maybe millimeter wave with Verizon, just because there's just so much capacity there. That's really it.
Oh yeah. If we can get all the lurkers to post a question here. There we go.
So Ricky, what is this live stream about today, bro? I mean, I can tell the excitement. You have excitement in
Yeah.
you have
Got 19 people here already. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool.
I guess you're loving, the innovation. That's, they like to say innovation.
Yeah.
Is it innovation or innovation these nuts? Which one?
It's 2021 and we got LTE plus. Yeah.
Oh,
I am so proud. I'm very happy.
Damn. Oh,
We've been
shit.
so sick and tired of 3G for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Of course, bro. Of course.
Blaze says it's about Skunk Mobile. Oh my God, here we go. Uh-oh, he's late.
What's up, Josh?
Thankfully, Cox doesn't exist in South Florida. Well, it doesn't really matter because we got stupid Comcast. They're trash.
Just as bad?
Yeah, they're trash. I'm paying
for
1.2 gig for Comcast, and I'm getting 700 down.
What's the hardware setup?
The hardware? SB33 modem.
Good.
Which is capable of 2.5 gigabit speeds.
Okay.
And I have the Cadillac Wi-Fi router, the AXC 11000.
So what do you get to the what do you get to the with the cable? You know?
Yeah, hardwired 700.
Oh God.
Yeah. And that's gonna change for you, Ricky.
Oh really? Why do you think that's going to change?
I'll talk to you about that offline, bro.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's going to be something big in the wireless space that's going to make Charlie Ergen crap his pants.
Oh snap!
Oh, come on, man. Why are you going to sit here?
I can't. Sorry. This is.
Bobby says Comcast decent in my area, but no competition since our monopoly. Yeah, that's what pisses me off the most. We got all these monopolies, and you can't have competition because of the PUCO, Public Utilities Commission Office.
I'm just going to say I'll just say this, okay? There's not going to be a Comcast around for much longer.
Oh!
Damn.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's enough.
All right. We got some takers on the shirt. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, damn. The PA Tech, I think he's getting his shirt here shortly, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, bro.
That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about this. Why don't we talk about this?
Oh, that's my dad. Right there. I did.
Who's your daddy?
No.
All right.
He's right there.
This amazing guy right here that stayed in the Holiday Express, and then the next day he was hired at T-Mobile. So let's see what he has to say. You know what AMA means, right?
Amateur hour? No.
Ain't making anything. There we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. So basically what he did is ask me anything. So some people asked him some really, really good things. And of course he deflected on just about every one of them. He and I'm going to dissect this and show you how he did it and everything. So
yeah, he deflected a lot.
Yeah, man. I mean,
those deflections anytime it was a good question, he deflected.
That's right.
Like if it was a probing, intelligent, thoughtful question. That involved any type of revealing of anything, he's like, nah, dude, not happening, chief.
Yep. Isaiah says, to be fair, he is limited in what he can do.
So then why offer an AMA then? Why have it?
Yeah, exactly. And why ain't he saying that? That's the first thing you should say on there. Well, I think our upper management and the owners of our company should increase our capex, and then we can do all this for you.
See,
but you know what? He wouldn't be working for them tomorrow if he did that.
This was a total publicity stunt. He can't say anything. So why even take the questions? They act like they're doing people a favor.
Okay, so here, let's see.
They are
Where's
doing
all
a
the
favor,
questions at?
favoring these nuts.
Sort by questions and okay. So, well, what happened to this thing? Oh, I know what happened.
They want questions like, "Are you gonna win 5G?
Are you gonna win 5G? Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the. Oh, here we go. All right, so, well, let's get to the questions here. Okay. I'm trying to see how this was formatted, whether it was like the questions was at the bottom first and then went to the top, or the top to the bottom. Well, it doesn't matter which order we go, but we'll just take each one we go in here. So, let's see. I think this is the first question right here. When are you going to take small cells and millimeter waves seriously? And he says, we absolutely take millimeter wave and small cells seriously. All right, SMT.
Really?
Yay or no? Yay or nay?
They have 7 millimeter wave sites in Cleveland. 7.
Does that sound like it's serious?
They have 7 markets in total.
Okay.
They have done absolutely nothing with it in 2 years.
Holy smokes. What about small cells?
They literally launched like those 6 or 7 sites in
Yep.
the summer of 2019. The same, like,
Oh,
what, 2 or 3
my.
months after Verizon,
Holy
and
smokes.
they've done nothing with it. So, yeah, they're taking it about as seriously as a comedy hour at the Improv.
Oh, snap. Okay, Carlos, what do you think?
Small
You
cells,
think
same
they're-
thing.
T-Mobile is
We don't see
taking
'em.
millimeter wave and small cells seriously?
Come on,
No,
man. Oh, man.
bro.
No?
They only have like 6 of them here, 6 sites, and it's
They
been
got
like that
6
since.
millimeter wave sites in Vegas?
That's it.
What about small cells?
None. The Sprint ones got decommed, and they were
Decommed.
HPUE.
So, okay, so we got that. So, Caleb, what do you think?
What about the small cells?
Yeah.
He
says he's
I've
taking it seriously.
always,
Do you
I've
think he's taking it seriously?
always, maybe some change in network strategy will happen in the next couple of years. I do think what I like to call a layered approach is good. You need both macros, you need small cells, you need DAS solutions, right? So you need everything, right? So I'm hoping that strategy will have more focus on small cells. We'll see what happens, right?
Absolutely. All right, so the next thing he says is today we have tens of thousands of small cells across our network. And we've deployed millimeter wave in multiple cities and
Bro,
key
they literally
locations
shut down like 30, 40,000 small cells.
like stadiums, traffic hotspots. But it's not how you build a nationwide 5G network that can support mobile applications. So, what does that even mean? Look at that statement. But it's not how you build a nationwide 5G network that can support mobile applications.
It just means that
What does
they
that
just
even
want to
mean?
be contrarian to whatever Verizon is doing. That's all it is.
I mean, this is crazy. And it says our competitors made the wrong bet on millimeter wave, and
See?
now they are
See?
course correcting years later and following our low and mid-band strategy for broad
Okay.
coverage.
So pump the brakes. They literally, in the same breath, said our carriers chose wrong, and his previous comment was, "Well, our carriers didn't have midband, so they couldn't build it." So which one is it? It can't be both. Those are two exact
Exactly.
opposite
He's
things.
double dipping.
Yeah, but come on, man. They're speaking out of both sides of the mouth. See, this is why they lose credibility, because
Absolutely.
they say things like this. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, it's
Go ahead.
crazy. What do you think, Carlos? Uh-oh. Oh, he's on a mission. Okay, Caleb, what do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna say this objectively. I just think we need a more like, because I want to bring something back. Okay, the everybody doesn't like the layer cake, right? But
Well,
the
he
layer.
How many layers
brags on the layer
Well,
cake.
hold on. Well, just the layer cake. Okay, everybody's seen the graphic, right? It does have millimeter wave on it. Okay, in dense urban areas, right? Can we all agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we agree
According
on
to
that.
the graphic.
Yeah.
Okay, so why isn't it deployed? All right, if you're going to put out a graphic like that, if that's going to be your network strategy, you need to do it. That's all I'm going to
so
say.
Actually, the millimeter wave part of the cake should have been one little tiny candle on top, right?
Yeah.
Comparison to the rest of the cake.
That's right, brother.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Straight
And here's a
up.
comment somebody made. Our competitors made the wrong bet on millimeter wave, and now they're course correcting years later and following our low mid-band strategy for broad coverage. Okay. Oh, please, you aren't fooling anyone. Your competitors were always going to deploy low and mid-band 5G. They actually understand millimeter is the game-changing spectrum. Your company, on the other hand, is acting like millimeter wave isn't worth it. There's a reason why you bought millimeter wave license for every square inch of the U.S. How about you increase your capex by $2 to $3 billion a year and deploy all three bands at the same time?
Dang.
Awesome comment there.
Who was that?
That was King Sniper 2010. Yeah, and if you're tuning into this stream, I'll put you on the live stream right here.
Tell him.
Yeah, you can come on this live stream right now.
You know what we do.
Tell us
Friend
what
of the
you
show.
think. Heck yeah. And there's 6 more replies. So let's go back to this. Okay. Loading. Okay, let's see what else somebody says. This guy says, I disagree.
Disagree with what?
It says it's highly limited range, power inefficient, which that's a lie, and not suitable for most of a 5G network. See, they're not understanding the purpose of it. It's the purpose is the densely areas where you need capacity. And here it says like stadiums, CES, a lot of capacity. See, not from what they're saying. First, AT&T and Verizon, especially Verizon with the whole millimeter wave marketing. You forgot also that AT&T and Verizon are using DSS while T-Mobile. Yeah, well, we already know the reason why they're not using DSS. It's because they're splitting the damn spectrum, which is the stupidest thing you could do. Because now, if you're on a 5G phone, you can never use more than half of that bandwidth or whatever is assigned to it. You can only use it. You can't use the LTE portion. At least with dynamic spectrum sharing, if all of a sudden you have 200 5G phones on a site, it can adjust to where it gets at least 3/4 of the users all can use the whole complete bandwidth. That's the whole purpose of
it. To be honest, I was.
I hate that word, right?
Okay, sorry. In reality, until the 2G and 3G networks are shut down, there's more spectrum dedicated. DSS, will never be.
Yeah, but there's not very
a thing
much
until that's done.
How many megahertz is dedicated?
Because you get at least from the PCS side, you get at least an extra 10 to 20.
They have that much dedicated?
Well, depending on the carrier, at least the T-Mobile. Yeah.
Oh,
you'll be able to. What I'm saying is that you'll be able to split it evenly.
Okay.
More evenly. Okay.
But
the problem with DSS is it's too fragmented on either side.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here's the question though: is 10 megahertz of spectrum going to push T-Mobile into real 5G?
Well, I won't say the 5G part, but once the 2G and 3G are shut down, they're going to have at least 20 to 30 megahertz nationwide. So that's going to help out with.
How much more speed is that going to get you?
That's going to give you probably.
Gives you what 20 more megabits?
Yeah, it's going to be about 25%, maybe up to 50%, 25 to 50%, depending on density.
So actually, it's not.
Because if you're going from like a 10 megahertz market to a 30 megahertz market, you'll notice a difference on PCS. You will.
A teeny tiny small.
Well, like I said, it depends on the density. Like I'll share an example. Like,
Okay.
In California, AT&T had way more PCS spectrum than what Verizon had, but we beat them in metrics based on density, and that alone contributed to the increase in downlink and uplink throughput.
Oh, okay.
So you can't have one without the other. You got to have spectrum and density, right? You just can't have density no spectrum or spectrum no density. Like they work in tandem, right?
And that's what's killing T-Mobile so hard right now is the density part.
Right. Yeah.
And then here we got a comment here. I'll keep it short and sweet. Do you have any possible ETA on nationwide standalone N41 5G as well as an ETA on nationwide carrier aggregation? Carrier aggregation for 5G. All right, this is what he says. We're on track. All right, notice these words. We're on track. What does that mean? That means they're working on it, right? They're thinking about it, testing it, and all that. To deliver NRCA to more customers by the end of this year. The next phase of NRCA will focus on increasing our 2.5 beyond 100 megahertz with N41 channels of 120 to 140. Customers will experience a significant boost in throughput. This capability will initially be available to customers with the iPhone 13 and expand to additional devices in quarter one. What do you think, Mr. SMT? Uh-oh.
Are we talking about the specifically the iPhone?
No, we're talking about, well, the question was, do you have a possible ETA on standalone and 5G carrier aggregation?
Okay, so
and this is what Neville says.
Okay, so the 5G carrier aggregation thing, they say they're on it now, right? So that could mean that we could start seeing it in more markets. Apparently, it's a case-by-case situation. It's, from what I understand, it's even site by site, right? So there's a hardware requirement to standalone networking. There's a network core requirement as well. So those things are present. I guess it can be done. But the question becomes is, if they go from, say, for example, it's the 2N41 combo, right? 2 channels. You're going to go, first of all, you need to be in a market where they hold more than 100 megahertz of spectrum. And keep in mind, they still are using 2.5 gigahertz on LTE for some old Sprint shit, right? For LTE. So that's probably 20 megahertz in most cases, right? So you're down 20 right there until they shut that down, right? They still have to shut down 3G. They still have to shut down 2G. So that's not happening until, what are we talking, man? Are we talking March?
December 31st of 2022. So I'm just going to say the real answer, and the real answer is 2023. It's 2023
that's what I was going to say.
For standalone.
So that
it's physically
means we're going to
impossible to do.
So that essentially means everything up until that point is going to be experimental and not meaningful. It's not going to change anybody's
trial
experience.
And error. You fake it till you make it.
Yeah, and let me just break it down, because this will make it easier for people to understand. Okay, your LTE phone, when your LTE traffic is overloaded, or if you can't make a call on LTE, your phone's going to fall back on, CDMA or HSPA, right, for 3G, right? So that's what we call a fallback network. Okay, that's the whole purpose of a non-standalone network, is it has something to fall back on. Okay, in order to get a complete 5G standalone network, meaning it does not fall back on an LTE core, does not rely on an LTE radio, your 4G spectrum has to be freed up, meaning freed up from the fallback that's on the 2G and 3G network. So your 5G cannot depend on 4G, and then your 4G cannot depend on the old 2G and 3G network. So once the 2G and 3G networks are shut down, that means you have the complete spectrum to load onto a 5G standalone network because your 4G network is not depending on the 2G and 3G side anymore, right? So, and that's not going to happen until 2023. That's the bottom line. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's what I've been saying for forever.
Yes, that's very true.
So
I totally make sense.
It'll happen in a year. So and part of it is, and the little hard part is, the vendors, Ericsson, Nokia, they don't have it all worked out yet. They only have it worked on the NSA side. The SA side is just all cookie cutter, and they don't have the full implementation yet. It's not done because you have to wait until the RAN network is completely upgraded and completely upgraded on a standalone side. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So you guys will have to wait till 2023. So any question that comes up again regarding standalone, that's going to be the answer.
So it's fake. Fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Moose?
Hold up. I've been told, like I've been saying. Hold up. I've been told Q4 2022. Zero cool. That's why but I'm not excited for it. I'm just like, okay, that's a rolling target. You know what I mean?
That can happen if that, like I said, it's not really about the date. It matters if they shut off their 3G and 2G networks. Yeah, sure, it could happen at that time, but they need to be shut off.
Right.
All right. So look here. The next question is: will the next T-Mobile gateway have an easy way to install external antennas, the ability to band lock for those of us like myself who know what they are doing, the ability to open ports on IPv6, and last but not least, the ability to have pass-through so we can use our own routers to issue internal IPv4 addresses and get IPv6 addresses. And Neville says, we're super excited about our in-home broadband products. And we just announced we've already reached 500K customers. Our Gen 1 product was extremely focused on being easy to use, and now we're looking at how to improve the product to be more flexible. Thanks for the great feedback and more to come on this. Carlos, you have home internet. What do you think about that comment? Did we lose Carlos? Oh, we lost Carlos. Well, when Carlos comes back, we'll ask him. SMT, do you have T-Mobile home internet?
I did have T-Mobile home internet. I had it.
Oh, okay. So what do you think about this question here?
So I think the premise about the home internet is, the demand is clearly there, right? Like people are begging for an option in some places. They're stuck on DSL or they have Viasat satellite options, which both of those are slow. Neither of them offer considerable uplink or even downlink in most cases. Latencies are often suspect. They don't have a second or third option, so they don't get a good price. So people are dying for a good home internet option, even if it is fixed wireless. So the people want it. Now, the trouble is they've got a couple of things in their way right now. T-Mobile's got a bad gateway. They would love to see something.
Question's about talking about. Yeah.
They would love to see a better piece of hardware relative to what they can do, because a lot of these people are in rural America, and T-Mobile said it. We want to focus on those Americans that lack connectivity. And the way you do that is by allowing them to install external antennas, because that can give them a much better signal. They can go from a low band only connection to potentially a low and a mid band carrier aggregation, which could essentially double or triple their bandwidth and actually give them some usable uplink.
A dense mid band spectrum.
Exactly. Well, I mean, Ricky, think about where some of these locations are, right?
Yeah.
It's a situation where there might be a tower site 3 miles away.
Exactly.
And the sites may only be 3 to 5 miles away.
And the rural areas are worse than the urban areas. So.
Exactly. This is not, we're not talking about urban here, right?
Right.
And T-Mobile's not really going to be serving urban areas. They're literally looking at rural America as the opportunity for the growth.
Yes, so that's good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and honestly, they need to have a good firmware. They need good hardware, and allow people to install the external antennas, so that way it could be usable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're asking for. Give it to them.
Give it to them.
Give
The
it
people
to them.
have spoken.
That's right.
Give it to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So the next question we have, we lost Carlos there. He must be running errands. What's the biggest impact consumers will feel in 2022 as it releases to 5G? Neville says, today the smartphone continues to be the killer app for the 5G, and consumers are seeing a major boost in speed and capacity that enables them to do more of everything they love. We're already seeing our Magenta Max customers use 35 gigs of data every month and get a whole lot more out of their T-Mobile service. Our connections to people and things are only going to get better as 5G begins empowering even more immersive experiences, and I think wearables and specifically eyewear will be one of the first disruptive new product categories coming.
Bro, that is
What do you think,
literally
Moose?
that was literally a copy and paste from what Mike Sievert said at
Really?
at an investor conference, with the exception of the wearables. He added that at the end.
It's interesting that he says that smartphones, he considers an application of 5G as smartphones, right? Because I know
Right.
he's saying it very interesting, right? Because, right, smartphone is a category, right, of device, right? Tablet, right?
Right.
VR headsets in the future, AR, right? Wearables, right? Is another category. And by the way, I personally don't think that they're going to make a router with the attachables antennas simply because they don't have a vendor. They don't have a vendor partner yet that has everything in place. So what I mean by that is, look at the Nighthawk, right? The latest Nighthawk and the previous Nighthawk.
Right.
That puck was specifically designed to include those antenna ports, but the Nighthawk Netgear created that with that in mind, that it was going to be utilized as a mobile router solution, right? But these standalone, either whether it's an Asus router for T-Mobile or the Nokia one, Nokia one, it was a single out of the box. You turn it on, da da da. They're trying to be in the middle now, where it's going to be a simple plug and play experience, but at the same time, for power users or people who actually know what the hell they're doing, they can technically upgrade the power of the antennas by connecting the antennas. But again, there's going to probably be in the future several different models of this home internet device, right? You're going to have one. Yeah, you're going to have one that's like the base unit, right? Just like with Verizon home internet. He was telling me that there's a LTE/sub-6 5G version, and then there's a millimeter wave version. So I think that that's what's eventually going to be, right? Is that there's going to be a model for the people in the super rural that they're going to have to attach an antenna to.
Yep. And also, one thing that people don't realize too is having external antennas changes the whole complete thing with the FCC certification. And why is that, Caleb?
Yeah, so, well, there's a lot of reasons why. So if you add external antennas, what you're going to have to do for FCC certification is basically whatever permissible exposure limit, for the antennas. Let's say if you hook up like a 5, like a 5 or 15 dB antenna, right? A couple of things. One, your device has to support that, and not only that, but it has to actually receive that coming back into it from the tower, right? So
it has to be allowed by the ERP.
Yeah, it has to be allowed for ERP, maximum exposure limits in your radiation patterns, right? So, it's just like roll some tinfoil, wrap it in a pink thong, and then just hook it on there. That's all you got to do, and you're good. Okay.
Damn, dog. And the tinfoil thong out, dog. That's that's the Alex Jones thong, dog.
Yes. You know what? To be honest with you, the MIMO, true MIMO internal antennas, you don't really need an external antenna as long as they got a good manufacturer. Like kind of like how Verizon does.
And put your shit in the window.
Yeah, there's not really a need for them.
Verizon is using Windstrom, and from what I understand, they're pretty good.
Right, exactly. So don't be too concerned about, I think the new gateway that they have is good enough, even though it is a media tech. But
Friends don't let friends media tech.
I know they don't. I'm surprised with that, but just don't really be too concerned about that. Be more concerned about the density. Your gateway is not going to really matter to you if you don't have the tower density around you to support it. So that's my 2 cents.
All right. All right. See what the next question is here. What is your opinions on internet over low orbit satellites? Do you see a benefit of T-Mobile to partner with someone like Starlink to fill gaps where large cells can't be placed? He says, we see satellite service as complementary to our great network and continue to explore opportunities. Yeah. Now here's another question. Hi, Neville. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how the network is managed and how you keep track of all those cell sites. There are thousands of cell sites and even more thousands of sectors. What kind of things can be done remote versus sending someone out to a site? When I experience slow data due to congestion, because they don't got no backhaul, or low signal, because they don't have no tower density, are you and your team able to see that right away from your diagnostics, or do you rely more on customer service engineering tickets? He says we have a massive and expanding network. Oh, snap. Massive and expanding.
Ricky, I think you're muted, man.
Huh? I'm muted? I'm not muted.
I hear you just fine, Rick.
Oh. And this is a 24/7 operation supported by extensive engineering team, both in our network operations center.
Can we get a sound check?
Our large team in the field,
we can hear you, but you're interrupting
an
Ricky.
extensive suite of network management and analytics tools. And of course, we value all the customer input through customer service teams as well as our retail mobile experts. And let's not forget all that the great social media input. What do you think, SMT?
Well, I mean, it's very diplomatic of an answer. What is he saying here? He says we have a massive and expanding network, so he's saying, it's big, it's hard to manage.
Yeah.
They've got an engineering team. I mean, honestly, this is kind of a stupid question. I can't. I mean, it's not really. Whoever's asking this is not asking a question that's really relevant to consumers. That question is just, oh, hey, I'm curious. Yeah. Can I waste your time for 60 seconds?
Yeah.
So JCT USA, we don't care about stuff like that. Sorry, dog.
What do you think, Moose?
It was hard to hear, but let me or you want to just give
okay.
Give me the gist of what the question was, because I heard the Starlink one, which that is a whole nother thing I want to get into, because there's a lot to talk about there.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't think there was anything to talk about that. Well, go ahead. So go ahead and talk about it.
Think about it like this, okay? A carrier eventually, like T-Mobile was the first carrier to put sub-6 spectrum turned on at the Gulf of Mexico. Do you remember that?
Okay.
Right? They put antennas on the goddamn oil tankers.
All right, we good. We good now.
Right? Okay. So
oh, snap.
Eventually, just like in Europe, the carriers are going to be doing LTE on the airplanes. Because eventually, 99.95% of America will be covered with terrestrial macro sites. So then the rest covered is the air.
Oh, snap.
Now, in order for that to happen, though, because I don't know if you guys remember, originally WCS was intended, from AT&T's point of view, WCS was intended to be a land-to-air frequency transmission and receiving, right? I don't know if you remember.
Yep, that's true.
Right.
Yep.
So Stanky a couple of weeks ago, he even said, he's like, Starlink is 100% a competitor. 100% a competitor because of the fact that because it can cannibalize the RV industry, right? That's number one. It can cannibalize even the DSL industry, right? 100%.
Right, absolutely.
And I was talking to Sneed about this, you know, some people, if they don't like fiber, or if they can't get fiber, or if it's getting
How can someone not like fiber? The skunk apes like fiber.
If they can't get fiber from some odd reason because of the fact that their HOA doesn't allow it or whatever,
Oh yeah,
they'll go with Starlink.
There you go.
You know, but
yeah, but the same HOA will say, "Well, you can't put that ugly dish on your rooftop."
Exactly, but then they'll be able to hide it in their backyard or something. You know,
Chat, what's going on, Moose?
What's happening?
What's up, bro?
What's happening, dog? What's happening?
I'm here at the sponsor shop right now, getting some giveaways.
What?
Yeah.
Giveaways. All right, giveaways.
Yeah, bro. I'm at the booth store right now.
Oh,
The sponsor's place. Feel me? We got some A71s coming. A71s, A32, some Moto stylus 5Gs. What's up?
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so all right, let's go back up to this one question. Since you was gone, Carlos, we wanted you to chime in on this one because let's see. Okay, this person asked, will the next T-Mobile gateway have an easy way to install external antennas, the ability to band lock for those like myself who knows what they're doing, the ability to open up ports on IPv6, and last but not least, the ability to have pass-through so we can use our own routers and issue eternal IPv4 addresses and get IPv6
I'll be right back.
Okay, and Neville says, we're super excited about our home broadband products. We just announced that we got 500K customers. Our Gen 1 product was extremely focused on being easy to use, and now we're looking on how to improve the product to be more flexible. What do you think about the device and what this person wants for the future device? I know you tested it. You dissected yours, trash can, as you called it.
So the trash can situation, like, okay, so band locking, they're gonna have to be able to get into some kind of a connectivity like a portal of some sort, so like they could choose the band, but like, what hardware can they launch that can actually do that? First of all, second of all, will they allow them to go in and customize and choose a band?
That's true.
That kind of goes against what they want to do. They want to send you a SIM card.
Yep.
That's inside of a gateway that is plugged in and activated. Yep. They don't want you having granular control of the bands. They don't want you to go into any portals.
They don't even like you messing around with the phones and service mode and crap.
No.
That's why Verizon
it will not happen. You won't be able to lock a band on a new gateway, I can guarantee it.
They don't even want you to be locked on a band. They want the network to be manipulated by them. They want control of that aspect.
That's right. I guess we lost Carlos.
What about the home internet? I'm so sorry. I'm just here with the plug. You know me?
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, there was a person asked a question and Neville answered it. So we know you tested. We just want to see what you thought.
The T-Mobile home internet, bro. Like, is honestly, man.
Trash can.
It's a hit or miss, that trash can. You know, like if you can get that dumpster trash can to work, bro. I mean, you can make it work, bro. But either way, like I did.
But Neville says he's gonna bring something better.
Well, I mean, I'm waiting to see that, bro, because it doesn't matter what equipment you bring to the table if the network can't handle it. Because I put a stress test on that trash can, and the stress test did not look good.
No backhaul, no density.
So basically,
and an oversold network.
When I have basically, I just downloaded like 15, 100 gig test files. I didn't fully download them. I just opened them up so they start downloading, and they started downloading within like 2 minutes of it starting downloading, bro. Literally, so that's like simulating, 15 connections, basically, So basically, bro, I did a speed test on my phone, and it went from 530 down to literally like 40 down with no upload and 96% packet loss.
I think you had some skunk ape infestation on your tower.
It was literally staying at 90+% packet loss the whole time. So that shows you that if you had 15 home internet users in that tower, it literally will tank the tower.
Oh, snap.
Unfortunately.
That's crazy.
Towers would be so much better. They had a bunch of girls dancing off of them. Yeah.
Oh. Now, Caleb, on this question here, you didn't get a chance to answer this question
here. That shit. Hey.
A Shakira on every tower. That's what we need.
Oh, snap.
They got with the pink thong.
Exactly.
God damn, man.
Pinky. All right, Caleb. So this question here. What's your take on the question?
Answer. You mean the 5 days ago one from JCT USA?
Yeah, this is right here on the screen. Yeah.
Then you're talking about more on the network managed, you can change the sites. Kinds of things can be done.
And since you are an engineer, I figure you can give us a real good insight.
By the way,
there's we send techs out to to service the towers if there's a sector down or if it's out of service. I mean, we're really on top of that. I don't know what kind of entry is looking for.
You know how much money it costs to do an AMA on Reddit? An actual AMA?
Probably about $5,000.
It's a lot of money. I researched it the other day because I was thinking that it could be a good idea, but it's actually it's not as cost effective as people might think.
Be better off to go on somebody's YouTube channel, right?
It would Periscope, man, was the best. It was free.
Oh yeah, that was good. Too bad they took that away.
Exactly. So very strange, dude. That John Legier, man, I love that guy.
Okay, here's a good question right here. What steps are being taken to improve the reliability and coverage of the network? I have noticed that my signal, unless I'm in a major city, is not optimal, even on a brand new flagship phone. Is it possible to enable a reliable, low speed, below 10 or greater than 10 megabits per second network that just reaches more places at consistent rate beyond what 600 megahertz band is doing? Neville says, we continue to expand the breadth and depth of our extensive fake 5G network. This is not typical, so I'll have my team reach out to get more details. So basically, he didn't answer the question. So, SMT, what do you think? Give us a real answer.
You got yourself some lip service there. So, I mean, look, that is their weakness, right? Is the coverage off the beaten path. Usually on the highways, I think they're pretty good. They have upgraded a lot of sites with N71 and N41 off the freeway. If you stick to the interstates, you're usually pretty good with any carrier, and that includes T-Mobile. The trouble, like for example, in anywhere going off the turnpike in Ohio, you've got a couple of miles, and then the signal, it gets real suspect. You might start connecting to band 2 only sites. You might start connecting to 12 and 66 sites that have a lot of traffic on them, and those sites haven't been upgraded, and that would explain why that person's experience is not optimal. Those are older towers that need to be upgraded. They've been neglected for a while. Verizon is also guilty of this. AT&T is upgrading a little bit more because of FirstNet, but it doesn't matter if you have a flagship. It's literally the tower. It's the tower construction. It needs new gear. They need modernization. And unfortunately, in some places, T-Mobile just hasn't got there yet. So they're going to have to upgrade those sites. And, they've got a lot of Sprint sites that they can upgrade too. There's work to be done. And I think Zero Cool can speak to this.
So the translation of Neville's comment is pretty much like this. We continue to expand the steak and the salad of our restaurant. This is not typical, but as soon as I'm done eating, I'll get back to you.
Jeez.
So I hope that answers your question.
Oh, snap. What do you think, Moose?
Okay, so he basically said, you guys got reliability issues straight up. And then he's calling them out. And then instead of actually saying it's a PR trick, right? Instead of acknowledging anything, they're going to take it privately because this is yeah.
Because they don't want to admit to having no density, no backhaul.
Oh, this is very unusual.
No optimized N41 sites.
Right. This is very unusual. Let me get back to you with my team. And then guess what's going to happen? So somebody's going to talk to him, maybe their version of Office of the President, and they're going to probably issue credits. Oh, we apologize for such an inconvenient situation.
And then what will that person report back? Oh, Neville took care of it, right?
Oh, yeah. He gave me a free bill. Mm-hmm. Crazy. What do you think, Carlos?
What about the standalone?
No, the question right here.
What was the question? I'm so sorry.
He said, steps being taken to improve the reliability and coverage of the network. I have noticed that my signal, unless I'm in a major city, is not optimal, even on a brand new flagship phone. Is it possible to enable a reliable low-speed network that reaches more places at a constant rate beyond what the 600 megahertz does, greater than 10 megabits per second? And Neville pretty much said, we continue to expand our extensive 5G network. Well, what's so crazy about this is this customer is basically saying they don't have a extensive 5G network, and they're asking what are they going to do about it. And then he pretty much says, I'll have my team reach out to you.
Bro, like,
isn't this like...
They're using generic responses for one, because that's a generic response. Two, in order to get this signal out to these people better, bro, it's not about just doing it all standalone based or whatever you want to say. Because regardless, you got the other carriers that are not standalone, and their signal's reaching just fine, and the reliability factor is pretty much on par with what you need.
Right.
So.
And pretty much, they haven't even built a real good LTE network yet.
Bro,
and so how could they even be working on 5G when they haven't even fixed the basic foundations of a network deployment?
Bro, like I'm telling you this right now, bro. Out here, bro, everybody be saying, oh, their experience is good and everything, bro. Out here, they got so many damn tower sites, bro. That's the damn problem, Ricky. So many damn tower sites that they're overlapping, and it's causing so much freaking interference, bro, that literally it is like, unless I'm like right next to the tower, right by it.
And that's why you have jitter and packet loss.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. My phone, I don't have no other SIM, bro, that gets my phone hot, but a T-Mobile SIM, unfortunately.
Yep, I've heard that many times. Yep. What do you see? Who didn't? Did everybody answer this one? I think they did. Did you answer, Caleb? Yeah, I think you did, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I didn't skip over anybody. All right, here's a good question. What developing technology are you most excited about? And really, the answer Neville should be saying is finally bringing real 5G to the customers. That's what he should have said. But instead, this is what he said. Here are a few top of mind. Home internet, using our fake 5G network to disrupt the status quo for millions of people across the country who for decades have dealt with subpar internet access like T-Mobile, and wearables, smart apparel, biometric devices, AR, VR glasses, and headsets. And here's the thing about this. He said audio, AR, VR, okay? What is the most important thing you can have for AR, VR?
Low latency.
Low latency. Do you get that with fake 5G?
Never.
No latency and backhaul.
And backhaul. Yes.
Throw it all on there, dog.
What do you think, Moose?
Man,
what are you most excited about? We see what his pipe dreams is, but what are you most excited about? Developing technology. What are you most excited about?
I think that the biggest
defeating the competition.
No, I truly believe that the biggest thing for the United States as a whole is just increasing the overall backhaul of both the ISPs to the home
right?
and to the cell sites, because the average speed will go up dramatically. I mean, I saw that chart.
Oh yeah,
I saw the chart on Twitter. I think somebody posted, dude, South Korea, my God, man.
yeah. They're kicking it.
Oh yeah, but it's been like that for years. It's been like that for years. Even in LTE, they killed it.
Yeah,
They're
kicking it.
So, but of course, people are gonna say, "Oh yeah, the size of South Korea is like the size of South Carolina," and blah blah. It's only the size of between Houston and Dallas.
It's also the size of these nuts.
Oh snap!
But it is what it is.
What do you think, SOT? What's your developing technology you're most excited about?
Me personally, I mean, I would like to see more people get connected to a decent home internet offer. I don't know about that smart apparel and stuff. All that's pretty stupid for now. I mean, it's never going to do anything for me. I'll never actually engage in any of that stuff. It's not going to be my cup of tea.
Right.
For wearables, I mean, I could see a connected watch. A biometric based device seems like really good for like healthcare and strength and conditioning training, and like
absolutely
supreme athletes that are training for the Olympics or professional teams. That stuff makes sense. AR/VR has its application as well for training methods, for people in employment opportunities, stuff like that.
But when are you going to get until we get real 5G, though?
You're going to have to get ultra low latency. That stuff's got to get down, and I'm talking like 3 millisecond ping time. Like it's got to literally, and actually in 2030,
almost real time.
In 2030, we need to be talking about 1 millisecond or less.
Yep, almost real time.
Right.
So if you fart, you'll hear it on the other side instantly.
There's and smell it through the VR and AR headsets. Just stanking it up, bro. Like right through the thong and everything, bro. Brown spots on the wall. The whole shebang, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, dog, they're going to start calling you who flung poo in no time, bro.
Oh, snap. What do you think, Caleb? What
honestly,
are you most excited about?
They call you skid mark, dog. I'm telling you.
To be honest, basically, I'm excited for this new. I'm trying to think of it. I lost the term on my head, but it's this new vector parabolic RF wave that's actually better than. That's the future of beamforming. It's actually going to be better. It's going to actually help beamforming a lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that will most likely happen in 6G though.
Yeah, that's true.
But it'll happen. I mean, basically, the goal is this, right? Especially with the carriers know this, right? So with the AR VR, the goal is this: to have everybody's going to be walking around with the AR VR headsets. So that's going to be your 3D internet, right? The 2D internet on your phone and smartphone, your computers, that's going to be going away eventually in 2030. So the goal is to roll as much small cells as have as much 5G outside as humanly possible. Okay, this is the goal, especially for government, right? So you picture everybody, like you walk into a store, right? Everybody has their phone, out, in the mall or in a store, restaurant, right? That's going to change in about 2030. You're going to see everybody that's going to walk around has a freaking VR headset or Google glasses, and keep in mind.
I hope lightning strikes me before that happens.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, same here. But that's the future. That's the future. And if you guys look up, you can do a quick Google search, right? Look up. Guys already know about the Meta Facebook. Well, actually, Microsoft is already getting into the. Along with Google, but Microsoft is actually getting into the game. And, for example, the Microsoft Teams application by next year actually is going VR. So everybody that does the Microsoft Teams meetings or the Zooms meetings, that's going to be eventually going to the VR land. So that's going to be 3D internet, and that's the future. So, hold on to your 2D computers and smartphones as long as possible, and avoid the Facebook metaverse from hell. That is the 3D internet. Don't do it. It's going to be people are not going to learn how to communicate anymore, and that's the goal, and it's going to happen sooner than later. So,
What do you think, Carlos? What's developing technology you most excited about? We lost Carlos again. Carlos must be busy as a beaver. David says, imagine your pink thong overheating with that T-Mobile SIM. That's crazy. I guess T-Mobile needs the AM frequency. Hopefully Microsoft VR does not become Windows Phone 2.0. Oh gosh, that's some funny stuff. Can you hear us, Carlos?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Sorry.
All right, what developing technology are you most excited about?
Besides these nuts, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Honestly, Ricky, really, the standalone, bro. Like to get real.
We
standalone.
want real standalone. Yeah, we want real
so
standalone.
I can't wait. This is why I'm excited for Dish, and this is why, like, I'm glad that I got Boost as a sponsor on the channel stuff, bro. Because like I'm excited for all this innovation with them, and hopefully they can start doing stuff right. You know, even though it's not gonna be massive MIMO at the moment, but
yeah,
you know,
well,
hopefully
at least it's a dense
can,
network, and hopefully will get us the good performance
to show us at least what real standalone is supposed to feel like, and then we can compare it with the other three when they launch theirs. You know, but that's mainly what I'm excited for.
What are you excited about?
On which one? No, it's yeah. It said the.
Oh yeah, you said it right. Yeah. There's so many people here; it's hard for me to keep track of who I already asked to. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. We continue. What? They go back to the answer or question. There's a lot of potential new customers being left in places like Spearfish and parts of Rapid City where the coverage isn't great or is non-existent. Here is another customer, another one, and another one, and another one. Okay? This is what he says. We continue to expand our 5G network across the country and promise that South Dakota will not be left behind. Keep an eye out for updates next year.
Oh, I can speak to that one. At least
I'm really surprised he didn't push the 65-mile N71 signal on this one.
Well, I could speak to the South Dakota part. So that's a former Sprint affiliate of Swiftel. Okay, in that market. So, and they bought them out. So, they will expand coverage out in South Dakota, no doubt. Because there was, oh my God, I used to dog that so much as far as the Swiftel area because they had 3G for the longest time.
God.
And the coverage was absolutely abysmal. They literally had customers. They had customers mostly in 1X most of the time.
1X.
It was some of the forums were laughable. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, that's a former Sprint affiliate market, Swiftel. So they'll be happy for those T-Mobile upgrades coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Moose, what do you think about this question?
Well, again, it's I mean, first of all, if the coverage is non-existent or super weak, why are you on T-Mobile, right?
Exactly.
Like, you have other options, right?
Exactly.
Especially if it's non-existent. I mean, damn.
Yeah, if it's not existent, then why are you there? Exactly.
Right. The issue is that we have these damn fanboys and these thongs and all these shills that they're like, T-Mobile, the hype, the marketing, it's going to work everywhere. The reality of the situation is that unless you have a macro nearby and it's not beaming 75 miles like Sneed's been saying, then you can have reliability. But until that day comes, you have to switch away, man. You can't be suffering just because,
That's
the
right.
hype, it's like they've been brainwashed, man.
It's like, you have nice 5G. You have expanding 5G. It's like a spell.
It's expanding like ass cheeks, bro. That's about it. See, the problem is what Moose is saying is you can't buy in. You can't be sold on something that doesn't exist. So if they suit your needs, which is coverage and reliability and these important things about service experience, if that's there, then you stick with them.
That's
but
right.
you can't commit to something that doesn't exist.
Yep.
You can't force their promises, you know. So if it doesn't work, you have to pivot. Why would you sacrifice user experience at your workplace or at home, places where you spend 8 to 15 hours a day?
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have to pivot if it's not there. Now, if it's there, then yeah, man, it's fantastic. But clearly, this is a coverage issue, right? We're talking about Rapid City, and I know Zero Cool was talking about the what is it? It's the not the Chantel. This is the Swiftel, right?
The Swiftel, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that means there's some sort of native coverage there through Sprint and their affiliate.
Right, but it was see the problem with, especially with that, you know, and only that market, you know, because Sprint had like 10 affiliates before, you know, the whole Nextel merger, right? But the problem is that Swiftel expected Sprint to pay for the upgrades, right? And Sprint never budged. So basically,
how was Sprint going to pay for the upgrades? Their capex was $4 billion a year.
Right, and so it came back to contract negotiations back and forth, you know, and you know, eventually, you know, an eventual lawsuit, right? And Sprint, you know, they wanted Swiftel to pay for it. It's like, it's your, you know, we just run the brand. You guys got to run the network, right? And they argued over Sprint Vision. Sprint Vision was the turning point to when Sprint was going to you know, modernize their network, and that was the whole debacle, and nobody budged on either side until T-Mobile bought them out.
Absolutely. What do you think, Carlos?
What happened?
You do a lot of speed testing. You do a lot of traveling. Do you feel the pain that this customer's feeling?
Well, about the limited coverage.
Yeah. So where the coverage isn't great or non-existent.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't rely on it, bro. That's the problem. You know, there's areas where T-Mobile still, I mean, in their maps it claims they have service, but they really don't. Versus AT&T, where they have expanded to those certain areas, or they are. You know, they're currently working on it.
Right.
You know, they need to do that at the same time.
Well, you guys notice that the complaints here are all coverage based.
Yeah, exactly. And maps don't lie.
Back to density.
I mean, we can go look. I mean, does anybody want to see some Swiss cheese? I mean,
well, I mean, it's what this has always been.
Look
thing,
at this.
Is they could talk about capacity
this is the problem
all day.
right here. This
but Ricky,
map
they could talk about capacity all day and night. Yeah, but that's not going to fix these issues.
Exactly right. So if you're in one of these non-magenta areas, you're basically screwed. Now, if you happen to be or you happen to have AT&T, look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, bro, a stripper on every T-Mobile tower.
Blue.
More's coming.
They'll spend the capex.
More's coming.
And more is coming. Each one of them little dots is getting a little happy place. Right,
well, especially, like, for example, I know we've been talking to the Cha-Cha Carlos, okay?
Yep.
He's been telling me Nevada's poised for a massive build-out in 2022. So that's going to be big.
I mean, you can't deny that. And then you go back and let's add Skunky back. I mean, look at that. That's just like crazy. And then what do we have, Mr. Sand? We continue to expand our 5G network across the country. They say they got nationwide this, they got nationwide that, they got more this, they got more that, they got more. Well, the customers are obviously saying no. It's just crazy. So basically what they need to do is shut up, spend the money, and then come back and brag about it once you get it done, right?
Gotta show up.
They got
Yep.
coverage from Planet Zorb. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the Zorbs.
The big thing for me in 22, guys, to be completely honest with you, is
Yep.
that we're gonna have C-band turned on, right? In
Right.
several markets.
How many megahertz?
Well, hold up. Let me go take a step back
N77?
because I have to clarify. C-band, what I mean by C-band, right, is the 3.7, right? The
N77.
option, yeah,
Okay.
the N77. And for AT&T, they're going to turn on the option 110 spectrum as well within 22.
3.4?
Correct, 3.4.
And how many megahertz of that?
I can almost guarantee
40.
Oh, exactly. I can almost guarantee that it's going to be 40. There's no
Holy
way that
cow.
AT&T didn't get 40, man.
All right. So for you people who don't understand what that means, okay, right now on 50 megahertz of LTE, I get 300 down. Okay. Now just imagine you take that same amount. Now you add 80 megahertz of real 5G on top of that.
Plus the other stuff.
Yep. Plus the other 50.
Right.
That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 130 megahertz of spectrum. What speeds do you think we're going to have? Are we going to break the gigabit speeds?
Easily.
And even in non-standalone mode, are we going to see sub 10 pings?
I think Sneed was telling me that the Verizon and AT&T are expecting easily to hit a gig. Easily to hit a gig. And two, and more importantly, the reliability is significally better than band 41.
Because density. Because
the antennas are better. The
massive MMO with beamforming.
It's just
25 gig backhaul.
25
and
gig.
Another one.
Plus,
and another
wait. 400 gig is coming next year.
What?
400. It's been confirmed.
What?
400. Sneed. You couldn't even believe it either.
Holy smokes!
This is major, dog. This is major stuff.
400 gig.
So AT&T is going to take their foot and step on the magenta clowns.
Can you imagine the first cell site that has the 400 gig upgrade? Just think about.
You're only doing that if you're going millimeter wave. Like once you get to 50 gig, you're only using 50 gig if you're using millimeter wave.
Yeah. Just the idea, though, it's like endless capacity. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. You just like, okay, whatever antenna stuff you throw up there, it's going to work at maximum.
It's going to get pushed. That's right. Yeah. He's right.
You don't have to worry about it. So if you can squeeze another 1,000 customers on the site, no problem.
Right, and keep in mind this goes back to what I'm saying earlier, guys, about the this is what all the carriers in government wants, for the 3D internet, for the AR, VR. The only way to get there is high capacity, low latency. It's gonna happen. Your 2D devices
have to have real 5G. Yes,
will be a thing in the past, and everybody will be rocking around, with AR, VR goggles with 5G and 6G.
What about
right?
The virtual thongs, dog.
Virtual thongs, virtual clothes. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. People are going to be walking around. Just imagine what that's like. People just walking
go back
around.
To 1984.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to. How are people supposed to eat? I don't know. So, yeah.
I don't understand.
Not happening.
I think things are just getting too complicated. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we got that question pretty much answered. Okay, let's see if we can get another good question here. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Here's a personal question. Should we even go in this personal
question? By the
question?
way, I'm going to predict this right now.
Uh-oh.
Okay. In 2022, AT&T will be the first company to come out with 1 terabit connection. 1 terabit. 1,000 gigs.
1,000 gigabit?
1,000 gig is 1 terabit. It's going to happen in 22. I'm putting it on record right now. It's going to happen.
I heard the man. Put it on the board, damn it.
Put it on the board. 22. 22. Go ahead.
And meanwhile,
go ahead, Zero Cool. What did you say?
The magenta
hold
clowns.
on. Did you say 1,000 gig? What did you say? What was the number?
1,000 gig. Yeah.
Across the phone?
If If they turn up the terahertz frequency and get a RAN network, I would say so. Yes.
Because let me tell you what I mean.
Yeah, but right now the X65 modem is maxed out at 10,000.
Let me tell you this, okay?
The theoretical throughput of 5G is 10 gig.
Yeah, 10
Let me
gig.
tell you
That's as high as it can physically go.
Let me just tell you this. In the last 3 years, right? So if we go back, actually, in the last 5 years, since 2017, do you guys remember what the maximum speed from a carrier, any ISP was? Even, I'm talking about dedicated speed, like, for businesses. Do you remember what it was in 2017?
On wireless?
No, wired.
Oh, wired. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking wireless here.
I don't know. Was it 25 meg?
It was
50 meg?
it was 25 gig.
Yeah.
It was 25 gig back in 2017. Was the fastest possible. In
So you're
2017.
talking about
okay,
talking about fiber then, not
yeah,
not.
I'm talking
5G.
about wire line. Yeah, wire line.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
what. Yeah, we was talking about wireless,
Ah.
and then so that's what we thought you talked
Look
about.
at the
We didn't know it
scale,
was fiber.
though, right?
Okay.
And 5 years ago, the maximum that you could get is 25 gig. Now, 25 gig is on pretty much majority of Verizon and AT&T sites.
Okay.
And, T-Mobile's getting 25 gig backhaul on certain ones, 10 gig backhaul and everything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, they announced that there was 400 gig backhaul available, okay? So that's why I'm saying straight up, in 2022, there will be 1,000 very soon. Because remember, you could just aggregate 3 of them and then boom, you're at 1.2.
True.
But I guarantee you, in early 2022, they're going to come out and say we're the first company to do 800 gig because remember, they always say
Point to point.
Yeah, point to point between Dallas and Atlanta.
Like between data centers.
Yeah, between data centers, there's already.
Yeah, remember
800.
what I said last year? Remember on one of my live streams, I was telling everybody how the 400 gig pipelines were getting installed. That was a lot. That was a year ago.
And now they're already doing point to point 800.
Oh wow!
So that's why.
So you're doubling it 1 year. That's amazing.
Exactly. So I'm already on record. In 2022.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I can speak a little bit to that. Yeah, they do have from central offices right now, the central office to central office. AT&T has 800 gigabyte fiber, right? The goal is theoretically, yeah. I mean, if you got 800 gigabyte fiber now, they just need to double back it, and so it is possible.
Yeah, it's possible today. That's the crazy part. It's possible today.
Yeah, it's going to require a lot of moolah, but it's
that's what Sneed and I we were talking about the other day. It's like, how can T-Mobile compete? Their cost, their
they don't have a cash cow.
I already alluded to it early in the live stream. There's one money, freaking Comcast or much along.
Yeah, so that's like Sneed already told me. He's like, how is T-Mobile going to compete if the cost of this essential piece of their network just constantly goes up? Because you're going to need more backhaul, you're going to need more speed. 25 gig is eventually going to be not enough.
You need more Zarg nuts, man.
Oh snap! Here's a question for you.
He's absolutely right, bro. It's all about the nuts.
Go ahead. The question. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's posted. Hey Moose, is AT&T deploying N77 in Pennsylvania? I haven't seen anything yet, and it's worrying me kind of.
Okay, so remember, the first wave of band 77, is going to be right 3.7. I call that C band, right?
We don't like saying C band because it's like the whole multi gigahertz of spectrum. Yeah.
So the first wave that you'll see in January, January is going to be Dallas, and what I mean by Dallas is the entire metroplex. Like I've been telling Sneed, every single one of my sites where I live.
Every site? You mean they're not going to deploy it like Trash Mobile does? 1 out of every 10?
No, every site.
Every site.
Every site.
Holy shit!
Every site has been upgraded with the new panels. They didn't really have to do much on the baseband unit. However, they have upgraded the backhaul to 25 gig every
Oh
site.
my God.
Yes. So Dallas, Houston, Austin,
Ooh.
Chicago,
Ooh.
Florida, the entire state.
What?
The entire state of Florida.
Well, they haven't touched my towers yet down here.
It literally, they said it's in quotes South Florida, so Miami has it already. Miami.
Oh, they must not going to be doing the Keys until later.
I think Tampa is also included when it says South Florida.
Okay. Wow.
But
wow.
Las
South Florida
Vegas,
needed it.
Las Vegas.
Vegas,
right?
baby.
So, and then Michigan, Detroit, right?
Okay.
That market.
So those are
that's the first wave. But we also know, because of my friends in the New York market, New York is getting it hot. Manhattan will have it in the first quarter of this next year.
There you go, guys and girls.
But in terms of PA, we got to wait because, dude, their PA, let me tell you this, man. Pennsylvania
is a challenging state.
Well, no.
The terrain.
Philadelphia is beautiful for AT&T and Verizon. It's beautiful.
Oh, well, yeah. The urban areas, yeah.
Their average speed is out of control in Philadelphia. I was so impressed when I visited in 2018 and in 2019. It's just out of control. But
so you have ultra capacity there.
You have a lot of capacity there, and not just T-Mobile ultra capacity. I'm talking about all three carriers have enough capacity for everybody there. The problem is that if you live in PA and you're outside of the metropolitan area of Philadelphia, then you have to choose your carrier, because when you're in the city, either of the three works.
Yeah, I know the hilly parts suck in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, hilly terrain is the enemy of wireless, definitely, for everybody. And it's just not wireless. It's also for two-way radios. I mean, look at the state of Pennsylvania's law enforcement public safety radio network. They put all them towers up on 700, 800 megahertz. And then when they turned it on, there was dead spots everywhere. They didn't realize that they had to double the amount of sites when they went digital. Yeah. It's crazy. Caught them off guard.
So just to end on
it's raining
on the N77 thing, just wait until Los Angeles gets it.
Oh, Los Angeles.
The fastest expansion, even faster than Dallas. And I've been telling Sneed, Dallas expansion was very aggressive. Like, they were doing, just to give you an idea, they were doing 50 cell sites per day on average. Upgrade per day.
Holy smokes.
50, because in Dallas, they're so desperate to alleviate the congestion. You don't have no idea. They have invested almost 1,000 CRAN in just this year in Dallas, the area of Dallas. And that's not enough. Then they increase the backhaul. It's not enough. They have every single possible band 29, band 5. They have everything that you could possibly have. Yeah, band 30. Everything is fully upgraded, and the congestion is real. Why? Because T-Mobile customers are still coming in and what I mean by T-Mobile, Sprint customers, they're not happy. They're coming in to AT&T. Verizon customers are not happy because they don't have enough density. They're coming in. So then all of this congestion is so real that in a place where I used to be getting like over 115, I'm now getting 20. So that's real congestion.
Yeah, wow. Just think when the VR headsets come, just think about how much congestion this is going to be. It's going to it's going to be 100 times worse. It's going to require so much. Think about it. VR, augmented reality down the street, walking around. Think about New York.
All right, we have another great question here. Okay, wait here. Well, AT&T have a 5G microcell for every rural area. Microcell.
Yes. There's this new product. You can even Google it right now. You can only see the support page of it. It's called the AT&T Cell Booster and Cell Booster Pro. It's the replacement to the MetroCell that was started in, I don't even remember, like 2012, that only had 3G and LTE band 2 and band...
now, does this have to hook into your own internet at your house?
Yes. Oh. That's beautiful because the SMT headquarters, the corridor, we're going to be loading we're going to be loading that shit up, right, dog?
And of course, his question was
for every rural,
for rural areas. So, but if you don't have if you don't have internet at your house, then it's not going to help you. And he said very rural areas. So if you're in very rural areas, you don't have shit.
Check this out, though. I figured out a workaround. I figured out a workaround.
Okay.
You can get Starlink, and that is dependable internet right there.
Right.
You can connect. Absolutely. You can connect your Cell Booster Pro. That's 15,000 square feet of coverage, just the Pro. But you have to have a business. You have to have a business, right? To get a business account. Okay. One, but you can order one. It's $700. Think about it like this: if you're gonna buy an actual amplifier system, it's gonna cost you $700 anyways.
Right? Yeah. For a home system, it's like for a good one, is like $1,000 to $2,000.
Exactly. So for $700, I'm getting 15,000 guaranteed based on my ISP, and which would be Starlink. So it'll work.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's awesome. Chain Fried says Verizon's heavily upgraded towers in upstate New York. It's all in PA1. I'm in Rockland, New York. Can't wait for the C-band to turn on. N77 to turn on, right? Now, here's another question, Moose. What about band 48 and band N48? What's AT&T plans for those?
I know. I just found out today. I know.
Well, you're talking about CBRS, right?
I do know.
What? Yeah, CBRS, which is band 48 and band
I'm going to pass you the question, dog.
I got it, man. I just got the info today. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. AT&T will be deploying CBRS. They are going to be doing it unlicensed. They will be doing it at universities, colleges, campuses, specific business enterprise use cases where they're going to go straight to N48. They are going straight to. They will not be deploying LT48.
I said that like a month ago. Yeah.
No,
so they're going straight to N48. So they're not even going to screw around with regular band 48.
Right. Right. Now Verizon has been leveraging CBRS for this will be going on year number 2. So
right. So they've already been doing just the regular 48. Now,
and then apparently like T-Mobile has CBRS licenses, but I don't know where, and I don't see gear. So whatever.
Yeah.
One of the things that's going to happen in 22, guys, because we got to start doing like predictions and all that stuff.
Okay.
All the CRAN from both Verizon and AT&T will eventually have the potential to be upgraded by software for sub-6 transmission instead of just LTE. That's the number one thing. Number two thing is that any CRAN or small cell that does not have a millimeter wave will get the millimeter wave upgrade.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Number 2. Number 3, and more importantly, is all backhaul to CRAN or small cells will be upgraded from 5 gig to 25 gig. Why is that happening? Because they anticipate that all these small cells that are, by the way, small cells, I don't know if you know this, some of them are already congested because
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Because in the places that they put them, especially if there's constant traffic now, because during 2020 when they put that CRAN, they didn't anticipate the going back to work or the they had, a lot of things have changed. I don't know if you guys realize that. Like in 2019, the same patterns that people are doing now in 2020 didn't exist. There's now more people on the roads than ever before because people are like, I'm tired of being outdoors. I need to get the hell out. My life is short. Live life.
Life is short, bro.
Yeah.
Life's short.
And here's another thing, Moose. This is one thing too. If you have a network that's congested, you try to do things that requires a lot of data, like watch Netflix or watch videos or do anything like that, video conference calls. You can't do it. So if you can't do it, you're not going to do it, right? But what happens when all of a sudden you can do it? Then you're going to do it all the time. And then that's going to make the network traffic go through the roof. Correct?
I mean, that's usually what happens, bro.
Yeah.
Hey.
As soon as you give them something, they're going to take it. So right now, like if you take a big smorgasbord and you put it in front of a pig, what's the pig going to do? He's going to eat up all that. He's going to eat it all up.
What happens
if what if you put just a little tiny little bowl?
Well, think about it like this.
In front of the pig. he's going to look at it, he's going to nibble at it, and he's just going to walk away. He goes, "Oh no, no." But what happens if you put a whole trough out there?
This year,
he's going to eat the whole trough.
This year, in 2020, it changed all projections of where cell sites need to be forever, and I'll tell you why. Because if there is a mandate again where we have to go back to the homes permanently for a short period of time,
right?
The
Which
carriers,
looks like it's coming in the northern states,
right?
It's going to happen next year.
The carriers do not. They were not able to pivot quickly. That's why I don't know if you guys remember March, April, May. That's the peak pandemic in my opinion, because during those 3 months, Dish gave 20 megahertz of their AWS4 to Verizon and AT&T as emergency use all over the United States. And AT&T,
Verizon doesn't even have the gear for it. How did Verizon use it?
Verizon used it by manipulating their AWS3 radio to transmit that frequency. So instead of their AWS radio transmitting only 10 megahertz, they were transmitting 20 megahertz. That's the same thing that AT&T did in the New York City market. Now, there were opportunities where there was able to be dual band AWS3, AWS4 in the same radio, because that was a much newer radio. So that's what happened was, across the board, nationwide, there was a massive purchase order to order. Yeah, we're talking about every single cell site was ordered a brand new AWS3, AWS4 dual band radio for in case in the future there's a nationwide emergency situation. They would immediately turn on the DoD AWS spectrum. They would turn on the dish, and they would turn on additional backhaul resources, because they had to go and upgrade the backhaul as well. So that's a big deal that I saw that happened during peak pandemic, those first 3 months, because the carriers were literally caught on the back foot. They were not prepared. They were not prepared for the suburbs to be requesting more data than ever before, because remember, we're used to the urban areas in the cities. Those are constantly 24 hours a day needing service. But when those went silent and the suburbs needed them, that's what changed dramatically.
Oh, wow. Here's a question for you, SMT. T-Mobile is giving buy one, get one lines to military first responders 55 plus. Is T-Mobile doing this because they need more numbers?
Yeah, they're gonna add those gross net ads. They want to hit that million. They're pissed, dude. Because if you think about it, who is the growth carrier right now as we speak? It's AT&T. And none of their lines are free. So, and when AT&T still beat them organically, and even with free lines included, that hurt their stock. If you look at T-Mobile stock, they dipped down into 109 or something. I mean, it dropped pretty far. That's a far cry from 150.
Dipping.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys, the carrier that will win, mark my words, the carrier that will win in the 5G race and 6G race is the carrier with the most density. You cannot support augmented reality or virtual reality on a 5G, 6G network without density. It's
absolutely
impossible. So
that's like trying to do a live stream when you're driving down the road and you lose the live stream, then it comes back, then you lose the live stream, then it comes back. You lose it, kind of like when you're on T-Mobile.
Yeah, if you just think about it, this AR/VR is going to be in your vehicles. It's going to be when you shop. You're going to have freaking glasses on you all the time, and if you don't have a connection, you're screwed. You won't be able to eat. You won't be able to fart. You won't do nothing. All right.
Snap.
You need density.
Density.
Telling you, dog.
Okay, so let's go to this next question here. Can you speak more about voice over NR and what else is next for the 5G network? You had previously suggested that the transition to enable voice over NR would be easier than with voice over LTE. However, the timeline doesn't seem too different between the two. In fact, IIRC LTE launched for T-Mobile in 2013 and voice over LTE launched in 2014, about 14 months after. 5G NR launched for T-Mobile and in 2022, well, fake 5G. T-Mobile in 2020 and voice over NR does not seem to seem like it will be here until 2022. Obviously, the pandemic has delayed things, but it seems odd to an uneducated observer that voice over NR was not ready sooner, given the fiasco that voice over LTE turned into. Also, might be interesting to hear your address open RAN. And if your view on it, the use of it has evolved since you said a little over a year ago that it would be better to wait and let it mature more fully. Wow. Boy, he just stuck in his face. So what he replies as, we're leading the industry. How many times does he have to say, we're leading, we're leading, we're leading? It's like, fake it till you make it. If you say it, it must be true. If you say it, it must be real, right?
You believe, you achieve, you deceive, you perceive, you mischieve, you shove it up your ass, dog. That's what you do. This fake ass bullshit.
Okay, and we're conducting extensive testing, seeing very promising results. We plan to launch voice over NR as soon as we meet our own stringent performance targets. Since when has T-Mobile ever done anything stringent and done performance targets? They launched 5G when it was fake 2 years ago. How is that stringent and performance target? The performance wasn't anything. The 5G performance was exactly or worse than the LTE performance. Come on, Neville. Get your head out of your ass. Seeing very promising results. Yeah, okay, right. Like we're going to believe that one too. We plan to launch voice over NR as soon as we meet our odds. I ran right in the line. Our number one priority is to ensure an exceptionally high quality service. Yeah, how you like that? Exceptionally high quality service. That would be a term that I think Verizon should use or AT&T would use. Definitely not the magenta pink clowns. Definitely not. But at the end of the day, if our customers don't notice they've transitioned to voiceover, then that's a very good thing. The real benefit of voiceover
Tells you
is
what he really
evolving our
thinks
network
about
to a
voice over NR.
full 5G architecture, removing our dependency on it. Well, I can tell you right now, if you remove your dependency on LTE right now, what would T-Mobile have? Nothing.
That's LTE.
You would have 30% of the American population covers what you'd have. We continue to be supportive of the Open RAN. Yeah, right. And you're sitting there dogging Dish because they're using it. See, he's so wishy-washy. But as an industry, there are still aspects to work through, and it's going to take some time. Neville wants some time, but they were first on everything, and they're better than everybody else on everything. Does anybody see what's going on here?
So voice over NR, kind of works like this. So anybody that wants to, know about voice over NR, voice over NR is kind of like this. It's kind of like voice over NR. All right, there you go.
Oh, snap. All right. So does T-Mobile really have voice over NR or standalone?
The only where it says we're leading the industry on Volnar. That is the only.
What is Volnar? What is Volnar?
Voice over NR.
That's how they say it. Volnar.
Volnar.
That is the only part of that statement that is correct. T-Mobile is ahead of the other carriers that I know of when it comes to actually getting prepping this technology. An icon of this technology.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see Verizon or AT&T with a funky little icon yet. Until I do, it's going to be like. There you go.
What do you think, Moose?
About the voice over NR?
Yeah, about Neville's here reply to this person's comment right here. Yeah.
Well, I mean, see the thing that I was talking about with Sneed and Zero Cool, and even the Cha-Cha many times is that T-Mobile still to this day has voice over LTE issues.
Yeah.
Okay. They
That's
don't have
terrible,
enough.
bro.
They don't have the tower spacing correct to do it.
Yeah, they don't have density.
It's an issue. So
The handoffs are crap.
it's
And
an
the
issue.
handoffs, okay.
The handoff is an issue. So if we're talking about voice over NR and it's gonna magically fix the damn handoff issue, then that's
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Yeah.
yeah, that's not possible.
I mean, look, let's lose it. Look, okay, so you're on a phone call and you're driving through this area. What's going to happen?
You're gonna have
Look at this.
marble.
It's gonna sound like
You're going to say, yeah, we got a meeting tomorrow. We got a financial meeting. We got to make sure everything.
it's gonna sound like
Exactly.
And then you
So, I
redial,
don't-
right? Then you redial. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I must have been in a dead spot. Oh, yeah. As I was saying,
No.
now you're in this.
It's gonna
now
drop
you're
all the
between
way
these two
down to
guys.
HSPA plus. It's gonna drop down all the way
Yeah.
to HSPA plus.
Yeah. And then he does a redial. He calls him back, and like he's got this little short time here to say. Now he's talking faster. Okay, we got blah, 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 blah. He starts talking fast because he knows he's going to get over here to this spot, and then he's going to drop service again, and then he's going to call and redial here. So and then drops out here, going to redial here. Well, he barely even got in there because the tower's so far from the interstate. Stupid.
yeah. So
then-
so
I mean,
I
look at
remember the
this shit.
time. I remember the time when the GSM and Edge networks were coming out, and I had my phone right, and I actually when I was calling my family, I had to time it and talk extremely
Oh,
freaking
yeah,
fast, just right,
exactly.
because I know I was going to lose service or drop. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
it ain't cool.
That ain't cool at all. That's very annoying. And then yet
Wait
you
a
got
minute.
T-Mobile customers out here bragging it's the best.
Wait.
Oh, T-Mobile's the best. They're the best. They're the
There's
best.
even another issue. Okay. So I have
Okay.
a cell site from T-Mobile, which I still am having issues with. Zero Cool, by the way. I'm gonna have to send you the address. The sector that faces east, the 5G doesn't even work. It's
Exactly.
straight up just does LTE. The 5G doesn't even work.
5G.
It's probably a bad.
I
It's
know
probably a
before
bad.
anybody
Could be a bad
post-
radio or whatever.
And it's
I
been
know
like this
before
for over
anybody-
12 months. Zero Cool.
Yeah. And before
And it
somebody
has
posts in here,
N41.
well,
It
all
has
the
look at
carriers
it.
have
I'll-
trouble in that
I'll
area.
look at it.
Well, before somebody posts that, all the carriers have trouble in that area. Then I'm going to drop the bomb, the blue bomb on them. Look at there. Look, there you go. Boop, 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 boop. Let me drop the red bomb. All right. Prepare for launch. Here's the red bomb. Boop,
Terrible.
boop, 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 boop. There's the red bomb. Let's go back to the blue bomb. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. So before somebody says, oh, it's the area is difficult. It seems like the whole country is difficult unless you go into the urban area. I mean, shit. I mean, let's go to Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, oh my
Georgia,
God.
Georgia.
Georgia Peach. Georgia
Sweet
Peach on my mind.
Georgia.
Look at Georgia. If you're in the suburbs, you're screwed. Where's my house is right here. Now what? So drop the blue bomb. Boom. Now let me drop the red bomb. Boom. Look at that.
Dang. Dang.
There
You
go.
guys noticing a pattern there? It's density.
Density. Exactly. But yet we got here, we got the magenta
nuts.
clown saying we're leading the industry. Yeah.
Just
Great.
letting you know, like, so when Volti first, I had to optimize Volti when I worked at Verizon,
Oh, okay.
and it took.
Were you guys working with Mavenir as the provider?
Oh no, we
Say
weren't.
it, don't spray it.
No, it did, and it took at least 10 months to get it optimized fully. It takes a hell of a long time. You just can't expect it to launch willy-nilly and expect it to work.
Oh
It
my
takes
God.
time.
Poof.
Patience,
Yes.
Here.
Hopper, patience.
T-Mobile going to be roaming on Starlink one day. Oh snap!
Oh snap! It's headset.
Caleb, we will have N41 boosters
Well,
one
we
day.
got
You
got,
might as well just wear an N41 hat one day.
Yeah, but the thing is, why even have an N41 booster when it won't be able to pick up a signal to boost? You have to have a signal to boost first.
Hmm.
So where's Mr. Joshua Headset Thoughts and 300ZX? Where's he at?
Yeah.
Jane Fried says he's a little worried about the Verizon AWS deal as they've been down since the second time in a week. Ooh,
AWS
snap.
is having trouble at my school too. The Chrome servers and
snap.
yeah, it's a real problem.
All right, so okay, we beat this dead horse. Okay, let's see if we got another good question here.
I know why.
Here's a good question right here. What is the practical difference between 5G and 5G UC? I can sum it up in 2 words. Fake 5G.
Oh, I thought he was going to say like ultra castration or something.
Yeah.
So, hold on. One of them has dingleberry nuts hanging from the
Oh,
bottom. The other one doesn't.
Oh,
and one's been marinated in pork and beans. You got to let it marinate for 3 to 2 days.
Let it marinate, yeah.
Oh, snap. All right, well, here's what Neville says. He says, we've broken T-Mobile's 5G spectrum into 2 categories. The low band, which is used to cover rural areas because of the wider range beaming 30 miles across the area. We call that extended range 5G. And then mid and high band spectrum that is used for denser areas and has a faster speed. If you call LTE plus faster speed, okay. And larger capacity is ultra capacity 5G, aka 5G ultra casterization icon you see on some 5G cable devices. This combination has been key to deploying a reliable nationwide 5G network. All right. Does this look nationwide to you? Does that look nationwide? And keep in mind, all this you see here is LTE. So when you factor in their fake 5G, it's half of this.
It looks like a ripped thong. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, this looks like a thong you've been wearing and you've been blowing farts in it and blowing holes in it.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. But anyways, this is crazy. Seems like each carrier in the U.S. has come up with their own terminology for their 5G service, but that's because we've all invested into different 5G strategies. That said, we all want to forget 5GE. Okay, so let me ask you this. What is the difference between 5GE and 5G UC?
A little bit of bandwidth.
Tell me, what's the difference?
A little bit of bandwidth.
Yes, the bandwidth, the spectrum frequency is different. Obviously, the 5GE is
performance wise. Yeah.
It's
what's
just
the difference?
LTE, multiple.
There's actually
LTE.
Zero difference. 5GE is actually really LTE plus.
Right.
Because we all know that the 5GE symbol was just
Correct.
It was just in response to
Mobile's
fakeness.
Well, hold on. The MIMO frequencies. So the difference between like a non-MIMO radio and a MIMO radio is that you have more two things. It's more bandwidth, number one, and number two, you have more frequency, the range. So you have more frequencies to broadcast out. Mm-hmm. That is your difference.
Yep.
Gay. Yes.
But I'm talking about performance-wise.
Oh, again,
what is your speed and ping on 5GE versus your speed and ping on 5G UC?
I'm going to say it depends on the area.
Well, in general, there's no difference. They're the same. It's all LTE plus. Same ping, same speed, same everything. And the thing is, you got one that says 5GE, so it's got the 5G in it. So they're calling 5GE LTE plus. Also, you're calling 5G UC LTE plus because they're the same thing. It's just an icon. SMT, what do you think?
So when are we going to see the icon that says 5G DN? DN.
Oh, snap.
I mean, because it's on the NR side, you do get some wider channel bandwidth, but the nice thing about the 5GE is you're getting 5-6 carriers aggregating. It's kind of nice. I think AT&T can do what? They could do one low band, and then in some markets they have like 4 carriers additionally that you could utilize.
They could do more than one low band.
Well, yeah. So if you did 2 low bands and you did
like right here at my site here,
Man, just wait till you have 10 CA and a tower. Think about what that can do for you.
Because right now I can do 6 carrier aggregation right now where I'm at now.
Yeah, as long as you got the phone, you can do it.
You got 2, you got 5, you got 14, you got 12, 66. And what's the other one? And 30. I mean, I got six bands right now. They can match together.
It's going to say 10 CAD's nuts.
Yeah, the X65 modem is capped out at 8. So X65 modem will only do 8 carrier aggregation. Now, a millimeter wave, it can do 10.
It's a lot of bandwidth, dog.
That is. So the whole key is not having more carriers. The whole idea is having bigger bandwidth on each carrier. That's where we're going to get our biggest performance. What do you think, Moose?
I'm excited.
You really think there's a difference between 5G and 5G usage? I mean, we know that regular 5G for T-Mobile is N71, which is kind of like, tits on a boar hog. Don't make any milk.
Right? The UC is trash to me, dog. It's trash. let me put it like that, dog. I've seen too many times, and I've even told this to Zero Cool and to the Cha-Cha and to the SMT, the corridor, the Sneed man.
Yeah,
I've been in places where I am on UC and the signal was stretched out so far away just to get the damn icon. Then I'm getting 4 Mbps on the down, or I'm getting completely unusable service.
Oh shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Totally bonkers.
Terrible. Oh, and I've seen T-Mobile reusing equipment. So the old LTE equipment that they have, they're putting it on other cell sites because they don't have enough N41 panels ready. I'm like, what? What's going on?
Oh my God. All right, here's another question. In recent interviews, you claim T-Mobile will have 100 megahertz of N41 deployed across current 200 million pops covered by the end of the year. In many counties, the 2.5 is fragmented and other companies lease the band. Do you have any plans to strike a deal with these other companies to get more contiguous blocks of spectrum?
That's Nick.
My county, T-Mobile, owns 142 megahertz, but only 2 non-contiguous 40 blocks are usable. Neville says, we have a very strong mid-band spectrum position for 5G across the nation and continue to work to enhance our position. Yeah, the only thing they're seeing right now is smoke because AT&T and Verizon are running so far ahead, they're just seeing smoke being kicked up when they're running. Contiguity, I don't know what kind of big word that is. I don't do big words. That you reference is a key goal, and NRCA sure helps. What do you think, Moose?
We have a very strong mid-band spectrum position.
Dude, he ain't lying, bro.
What do you think about this statement, Moose? Did we lose Moose?
The original.
All right, SMT, go.
Yeah, dude. These cookie cutter answers, and here's the thing. So what Nikki's talking about, Nikki lives in a market where this is happening. Okay. And, it's unfortunate, but he only gets access to like 40 megahertz of spectrum. So his N41 channel sucks, and he's in a big time market. He's in the NYC market, and he's just outside of any wider channels. So it's fragmented. He's got churches, he's got schools that are using the EBS, BRS, and Zero Cool, we've talked about this. That stuff's got to get auctioned, and they've got to build a plan of what they're going to be doing with the spectrum and all that. Remember, we talked about this about 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah. It's a cluster.
Yeah. What do you think, Caleb?
Until that spectrum auction happens, nothing's going to happen.
Plus? They're going to be stuck on LTE Plus for a little
while?
Yeah,
but I mean, here's the thing. If this spectrum auction doesn't go T-Mobile's way, you're screwed. The reason being is because you're not going to have enough spectrum to put to your SA on 2.5. Think about it.
Yeah, but that's why they did a little bit with C-band and they did a little bit with
right.
I gotta be more clear about this. The N77 with the two parts. So there's the 3.4 and then there's the 3.7. They do have a little bit, and I think they're going to get some. We'll find out in January. We'll see.
Oh. We can only pray they deploy it right.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is that they don't have swaths of mid-band spectrum like Verizon and AT&T do. So they are really, really, really dependent on this upcoming auction, because that is the only way, and the only way that they're going to get to a true SA network on their 2.5. The aggregation channels that they're using, the additional 20 and 40, I'm sorry, my friend, they're not going to cut it on a true SA network. You need huge amounts of bandwidth, and the only frequency band that they're going to have to do that with is the 2.5. There's no other way.
And they can't even get that right.
I'm just saying, there's no other way.
Are you back yet, Moose? Moose must have got a phone call or something. Or he's raiding the refrigerator.
What up?
Moose?
No, it's not Moose.
Yeah, we lost Moose. Moose had a question up here, so we'll come back to your question there, Brandon. Well, let's see if anybody else may know that. SMT, you might happen to know this. A plan over 1,000 megabits per second, getting HBO Max included. So like the 5 gigabits per second?
That's correct. It's you get the gigabit plan and anything above. So some people qualify for the 2 and the 5. They would get it too.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's nice. It's a nice perk. That's I think a $15 value. I think for the HBO Max.
Okay. All right, so let's go. Let's see if we got any more goodies here. Just want to say thank you for working to expand the intercept program. Okay. Love to hear this. Stetson asked a question here. Thanks for taking, because he was actually live during this and he was having his people on his live stream do questions. What's the difference between a small cell and a macro cell, and how do these play into T-Mobile's network strategy for building the best and fastest 5G network?
He should have been more like forceful with that. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, where's the answer to this? Oh, I guess
Neville just gave up.
Yeah, he said pebble move.
I guess he got out of there. He said, "Happy Cake Day. Power consumption is a key area of focus. Continue to work with us to be on sustainable." Yeah, there we go. I think that's all the questions. Well, he sure didn't take very many questions, did he?
He said, "Bye, Felicia."
Yeah, we got a lot of comments in here from other people, though. I mean, let's see if there's any good responses there.
Bro, Neville laughs all the way to the bank on everything that everybody says about the network. You don't give a damn.
Okay. Oh, here's one here. How is the transition going for former Sprint sites are being converted to T-Mobile? Jeez. How does T-Mobile see 5G power? Well, until they upgrade their crap, they ain't going to do. There's no power savings. AT&T and Verizon's already putting equipment hardware in place that's going to save them power. That's part of the 5G initiative as well.
It's the efficiency. There's so many 5G efficiencies in it. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if we go right back to the very basic thing, like I showed you guys before. I mean, the same thing here. Oh, Moose is back. Just like I showed everybody before. This is the key things for 5G. Up to 10 gigabits of data rate, 10 to 100 times improvement over 4G and 5G. Hell, we can't even get LTE Plus to really advance very much more, 99.9% availability. Do we have that? I just showed you the magenta map. We don't even have that. 1 millisecond latency. Don't even have that. Nobody has it. Well, Verizon's getting close with the ultra wideband. 100% coverage. Yeah, 100% coverage. Until we get 100% coverage and a dense coverage where it overlaps, till you can actually get the benefits of 5G. 90% reduction in network energy use. See there? Up to 10-year battery life for low power devices. And that's the trouble. If you don't have a good 5G network or a real 5G network, it's going to use battery like crazy. I mean, look, that's why these phones are getting so hot trying to lock on to that damn icon. It's crazy. In a real 5G network world, the phone is going to be just chugging along, just sipping on the battery because it's going to be running on low power because it won't have to because the weaker your signal is, the more power your phone transmits out to try to get that tower to hear you. If you're right under the tower, your phone goes into a low power state because it doesn't need that much power. So if you have a better signal on your phone, you're going to have more battery life. Up to 100 times the number of connected devices per unit area compared to 4G LTE. 100 times the number. 1,000 times the bandwidth per unit area. See, these are the things that's making 5G. This is real 5G. When will N71 plus N41 carrier aggregation go nationwide? See, it's even pointless to even talk about some of these things because, I mean, N71 is fake 5G in the first place, so there's no sense in even talking about it. And then you got N41, which is LTE plus. There's no sense in even talking about it because you can't carrier aggregate 5G until you have real 5G. When we have real 5G, then we could talk about 5G carrier aggregation.
Which you need spectrum from the
Yep.
from the Warson whistle, whatever her name is.
Oh, this one here was already. This question was answered already. When are you guys going to start building out in rural Nebraska? And here we go again. When you guys are going to start?
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let me say something here. This is some bullshit, man. There's some blasphemy here, man.
Okay. Blasphemy.
Yeah, blasphemy. Look,
blasphemy.
If AT&T and Verizon have been able to build out in rural Nebraska, because the whole goddamn state is rural, first of all. Okay?
Boom.
The whole goddamn state is rural. Just co-locate.
Boom.
Just co-locate on the existing infrastructure. That's all you need.
There you go. That's all you need to do.
It's already built out for you. You just need money. But I'm sorry, there's no money.
I mean, look at Big Blue.
Oh my God, man! And that's gonna get filled up even more.
Big Blue is about half their sites are colored on Big Red.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Half the sites
we have the most expansive network in the country.
It's literally a dead zone, man.
Expansive, massive.
I should move to Nebraska on YouTube. Fuck.
Man, I mean,
the dead
crazy.
Zone.
So much deception.
Nobody can reach me.
Deception and lies.
Anyways, I gotta drop, but definitely thank you.
And I gotta get to work too, so I gotta go to work here pretty soon. So we're gonna go back in the chat here and see if there's any other questions anybody has. So post your last minute questions, and anybody that's been lurking and wants to ask a question, you've been in here for 10 minutes, you can post. You can post in the chat, even if you want to just say hi. Oh, here's another question. Why is 5G so unreliable in some spots around Mesa, Arizona? I'm listed as a 5G ultra capacity area. Yet, in order for any of our 5G cable devices to work properly, I need to get a 4G LTE personal cell spot and disable 5G in our home. Oh my God. See? Multiple calls to tech support, and the cell spot was the only solution. So if you have a massive network and the most reliable network, then why are we getting all these people saying this stuff?
So I think with all these comments about coverage, I really think that the senior leadership team is actually taking that to heart. I think they know, hey, we got a lot of customers that are desperate for coverage. So
there's a lot. I think
there's gonna be.
T-Mobile has a lot of happy customers out there. There's a lot of happy customers, but there's more that are not. And that's why we're dogging on them so much. Everybody's saying, okay, Ricky, why are you attacking T-Mobile? Ricky, that's all you talk about is attacking T-Mobile. That's all you talk about. That's all you talk about. That's the time. And then my reply was, okay, then why is T-Mobile always bragging they're first, best, and beating everybody else? That's my question. Okay, you're asking me why I'm attacking them? Okay, I'm asking why are they lying? Why are they deceiving? So there we go. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. So, and it's nothing personal. I just, if somebody's going to brag about something, if they say, oh, look, I got this sports car. This sports car is the fastest sports car on the road. This sports car looks awesome. This sports car is got more power than anything out there on the road. And I go, okay, can I take your sports car for a test drive? Okay, yeah, you can come out. We go out in the parking lot, and they have a Geo Metro in the parking lot. And I'm looking at it. I was like, where's the sports car? Oh, it's right here. Well, that's not a sports car. Oh, look, it says it right on the side. Look, it says sports car. It's a sports car. Okay. How fast does it go? Well, it goes 70 miles an hour if you're lucky. Okay. That's not sports car speed. Okay. What's the 0 to 60 time? Oh, well, it takes about 10 seconds and we get up to 60 miles an hour. It's like, what? So we're left here with the performance. Okay. You're calling it. It says sports car on the side. This guy believes he owns a sports car, but the performance of the sports car is not a sports car. But then you say, okay, well, this guy says, well, I have a real sports car. He goes, oh, really? Let's see your sports car. So we go over to the parking lot. We got a Dodge Charger Hellcat. And it's got the racing stripes on it. It's got everything. It looks pretty. And you ask this guy, what's the top speed on this car? Oh, 180 miles an hour. Oh, what's it doing 0 to 60? Oh, 3.5 seconds. No, it's about 3 seconds, I think is what it is. 3 seconds. Now, that's the performance of a sports car. And then they say, okay, can you take your Geo Metro around a curve more than 30% of a grade on your G-forces? No, it'll lose control, flip over on its top. Okay. Can you take this Hellcat? Can you go around the turn? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll go 50 miles an hour above whatever the suggested G-force speed is on that on-ramp. Because it hugs the road. It's got performance parts in it. It's a performance car. It's a sports car. Not just because they got a sign on the side that says sports car. And that's what we're talking about with the difference between this 5G and LTE Plus. You go by the performance. You don't go by the icon. Everybody can say, I got something. But unless you have the performance to back it up, you ain't got nothing. So, everybody's back. We lost everybody for a second. Uh-oh. I know where Carlos is. All right, we're gonna get out of here in about 15 more minutes. I gotta go back to the comments and see if we got any more comments in here. And comments and questions. Oh yeah, that looks good. I just had pizza. Bro. I went to the store, and I knew the live stream was coming up, so I figured I'd just stop and get a pizza. So I got me a pepperoni pizza. So, and I got to be at work at 11, so I got to start getting ready to work here in a few minutes. So, yeah, I'm working 6 days a week. That's why I'm not one of these. I ain't this because I work 6 days a week, and I pay rent in this beautiful apartment. And I don't live with my mommy.
And you don't need what's that picture below. What is that?
Yes.
Credit card.
And guess what? I don't have any credit cards. I don't have any credit. I don't need a credit card because I got cash. Whoops. I got
debt free, baby.
Got the cash. So we all know who's the broke biatch.
Oh damn!
The Jersey Hood boy. The Jersey Hood boy.
Brought to you by the broke bitch Jersey boy.
That's right. All right, here we go. Let's see what. See, I think I'm missing people here. Oh, Jose's here. Yeah. Let's see. I'm getting 10 to 12 ping on N41. Yeah, 10 to 12. That's getting closer. But yeah. Show me that 10. Yeah, show me that 10 to 12 ping overlapping. You drive down the road 50 miles and you got 10 to 12 ping overlapping, and you got high speeds overlapping. See, anybody can go right next to a Sprint site, a T-Mobile site, do a speed test, and show, oh, look at this awesome speed test. Okay, well, yeah, sure, you can go stationary one spot right under the tower and get this nice, beautiful ping, nice, beautiful speed test, which is still LTE plus. But try driving down the road. It's going to fall back to their turtle speed, the 3G. It's going to fall back to 3G between the towers. Unfortunately, yep. Let's see. Jose is here. David. Yeah, Joe's. Let's see.
I think Mr. Blaze says he needs a shirt.
Uh-oh.
He needs a shirt.
Yeah, people need shirts. Carlos can hook you up. You can join the broke bitch team.
That's right, bro. We'll give it to you. I'm giving them at cost. Straight up at cost, bro.
Right at cost.
Shit is
Sneed, you got to say
too.
dang in the Joe Dirt voice. Okay. Let's see. Yep.
I think you're in old comments, bro.
Nikki. Me too. Also only have 40 megahertz. I'm in Nikki's market. Yo, what's up, Tom? Good to see you. The stream's about over with. If you got any questions, post them in here because we're going to get out of here in about 15 minutes. I predicted T-Mobile customer care would go to crap after they become the second largest cell phone company. Yep. Let's see. Blaze. 2 live good. Awesome live stream. Thank you guys. Thank you, MS, for coming by. Yeah, so that's why it's important to try to catch my live streams live because with YouTube being dumbass bitches they are, they're taking down my stream and stuff. So last week is down. I'll get it back up. So any of you missed last week, give me a chance to edit. I gotta go to work in a little bit, but I'll eventually get it edited.
I got you.
Yeah, we'll get it edited. We'll get it posted back up so you can watch last week's live stream because it was pretty good. And I'm just praying that this one don't get taken down. I don't think I've said anything bad this time. So, yep, you got to be careful. And if anybody's wondering what the new YouTube service is, you have to go in there and read because they added some things in there so that if you say certain words on a live stream, you get taken down. So it's kind of crazy. So the only reason I'm with T-Mobile because my grandfather plan offers the same features as the minimum for 25%. Well, there you go. You got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. And if the speeds and performance is okay for all you do, because some people don't do much on their phones. You know, if you're not doing live streams or watching Netflix or doing anything heavy on there, and you're not traveling a lot, you got a tower outside your house, and you're just sitting there and you're happy. Yeah, by all means, I am not trying to tell people to stop what you're doing. I'm just simply calling out what T-Mobile is doing. They're bragging, and with their deception of lies, I'm just calling it out and letting everybody make their own decision. If you're okay with it, and you want to still be a customer with them, by all means, it's America. It's a free country. Ricky, you can do whatever you want.
But maybe this might get enough exposure to where they'll stop doing that deception and they'll actually
that's
do the
true
right.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're actually trying to help the customers. We're calling them out so they'll make changes. And since we've been bashing T-Mobile last year, they have made major improvements. They finally got rid of 3G and they finally got LTE plus. Unfortunately, they're lying and calling it 5G, of course, but hey, at least we got LTE plus in 2021. Now, if they would just do some capacity and some more backhaul, we would have a great, magenta network.
Ricky, Mr. Blaze is saying here, where do I buy one? I'm dyslexic. I don't know how to read. Can you tell me? So he needs help. He needs help on where to buy a shirt.
Yep, I'm in a new apartment. Yep, I moved. I recommend credit cards. Yeah, credit cards is good for emergency, but they should never be used. And also for the credit reporting agency, if you use more than 25% of your balance that you have, like you say, if you got a credit limit of 1,000, if you max that out to 1,000, you actually get hit in points on your credit. It actually deducts points. Your credit score will go down every month. Now, key is if you have $1,000 limit, you don't want to spend more than $250. You spend $250 on it, then you pay it off. You spend $250 and pay it off. That is how you maintain the high points, and it actually helps your credit. But if you keep charging that thing up max and then paying it off, charging up max, paying it off, you're losing points every month, and that's the key.
On top of it, too, you can maximize the rewards that they give you and get free money from them. Mm-hmm. At least try to.
Yep. I get 5% off my T-Mobile bill paying with an AMX. Oh, AMX is awesome. Yeah. Now that's real. I bet you the New Jersey clown boy, I bet you he doesn't have that. I bet you he doesn't have an AMX card in his pocket.
And if he does, he probably has.
And I know Carlix has an AMX card because we went to CES and we went to the lounge, and you can't get in that lounge unless you got that AMX card in your hand.
Yep.
I'd like to see Jersey Boy go in that AMX lounge. They kick his ass out. No broke bitches allowed in here.
No authorized users either. It has to be the straight up account holder. So, Rick,
is in heaven now with AT&T fiber. That is so true. Yes.
but Jersey Hood Boy says that he has the Credit One Amex card, which is like the bootleg Amex.
Bootleg.
That's like for like 600 credit score. Bootleg.
That's bootleg. That's crazy. Crazy. Let you back in. Oh, you're not in? Oh, crap. I didn't even hear it pop when you came back in. Okay, there you are. You're back in, Caleb. Sorry about that.
What up, man?
I didn't even know you wasn't in there. I was like, I seen the private message say, let me in, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house in. We need under 3 millisecond pings on 5G. Yep, unfortunately, we ain't going to get that for a couple more years. It's SMT. What kind of pings is AT&T giving you, and what plan are you on? Yeah, SMT is not in here. He probably went to sleep. He bailed out. I get 9 millisecond pings on Comcast, but sometimes 11 on Comcast. Where do I buy? And then Shane Fryan says, to be honest. I just hate them words. Why does everybody have to say to be honest? All you got to do is just say what you got to say. You don't have to convince me you're going to be honest. I'm trusting you're going to be honest. Deceptively. So crazy. I'm not saying the N41 is great, but 5GE, that was real fake. I completely agree with you 100%. That 5GE shit really pissed me off. But you know what? They didn't really brag and hash on it too much. They just put it out there. And then when they got resistance that it was fake, what did they do? They got rid of it. Well, of course, they were sued also, but still. But yet, we got T-Mobile out here still claiming they got 5G, and nobody's doing anything about that. I only roll with Los Mobus on AT&T pings, usually 1735. Yeah, that's about what I'm running. I'm running about some 20, 21, 22, something like that. And now on my AT&T, I can tell you right now, on my phone right here, guess what? It's on AT&T, and guess what? 5G's turned off. No fake 5G on this phone. Nope. I don't do fake 5G. So it's off.
How about some ice, Ricky? Do you do ice?
Do what?
Do you do ice, bro? Ice, baby.
Do I like do ice? What's that? What is that?
Ice, bags of ice.
I don't have ice in my drinks. If I want my drink cold, I just put it in the refrigerator. SMT under 50 ping ain't bad, but fiber you should get 10. I'm dyslexic. I don't know how to read. Can you tell me? Well, what century are you in?
He wants us to tell him how to buy a shirt. Hit me up on Twitter. or Instagram. Twitter or Instagram DM. Hit me up.
Your fiber will get optimized soon for sure. You'll be getting 5 ping all the time. Oh, I don't know. I don't believe it when I see it. There's work getting done all the time. How about I got LTE Plus on Metro? Haha, posted speed. Yeah, I seen your LTE Plus speed test today, Tito. Yeah, that was amazing. That upload was like on fire. Yeah, I am really proud of T-Mobile. They've really stepped up the game. They finally got us some really, really hot on fire LTE. Now, if they just get it densified, it would be good. He was talking about mobile. Oh, okay. Fiber is 511. Okay, I got a grand total credit limit, just under $100,000. Holy smacks! All right. So, Tom, you're going to come to Vegas with us? Bring that card with you to Vegas. We're going to go hit the slots and the tables. My files never goes more than 5 milliseconds. What?
I don't think Tom can handle, bro, being in Vegas with that credit card.
Oh, yeah, Tom. Yeah, he probably won't know how to. Yeah. I love credit cards. I get 200 to 300 bonus offers just by paying my bills, and then I pay them off over 12 to 16 months, 0 APR. That's great. Looks like you got a good thing. And I bet you, Tom, I bet you don't live with your mom either, do you? You probably got your own house. You don't live with your mom. You probably got a car, too, so you don't have to walk to work.
And a driver's license.
And you probably have a driver's license. Unlike Jersey Hood Boy.
Well, I guess when you're playing the skin flute a lot, you can get around town real easy.
Yeah, did you see that? He made $1,400 playing the skin flute the other day. It was amazing.
No, bro, that's a lot. That's a lot of hundos for the skin
Yeah,
flute.
yeah, he can buy some new shoes now. To be honest, deceptively, Xfinity by T-Mobile, America's largest cable network. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, snap. Tito, here, yeah. Oh. What's up? Laughing my ass off. You really can't beat Los Mos AT&T. It truly is a class by itself. Really hope anybody out there want a good plan. If you use a lot of data, you want some fast speeds, and you want some fast video too. The video is really good stuff. Can't beat it. To be honest, I'm honest. That's exactly right. Well, what I think is so funny, I'm a trained investigator. I used to do investigations, and I used to do surveillance and all that. When I went to investigation school, they taught me how to interrogate people and interview people. When you interrogate somebody, you question a suspect in a crime. When you interview somebody, you question a witness of the crime or the victim of the crime. Now, when you're talking to somebody, they teach you how to read body language and gestures and all that, and then how you talk also, what words you say, if you stutter, the direction your eyes go, because that means a lot too. So when you're watching somebody talk, it depends on which way their eyes look and the facial expressions, and it's called tells and stuff. And they taught us how to do that so you can tell when people are lying. One of the most common things, that back then that they said, if somebody's going to lie to you, they will say, I swear to God, before they tell you the lie. Or they say,
they look
honestly,
to the left,
before
down to the
they
left.
tell the lie. And they say, what else? Oh, I'll swear on my mama's grave, or to tell you the truth, or they'll say all that kind of stuff. They're trying to convince you that you're telling the truth before they say the lie. They don't just come right out and say, all right, T-Mobile sucks. Honestly, T-Mobile sucks. See, there's a difference there. So those are deceptive words. So you got to be careful. And I don't know why people has latched on to these deceptive words that kind of shows that you're a compulsive liar or you're a liar. People got to be very careful and just make sure that you don't use these deception words, because a lot of people are going to discredit you. They're not going to take what you say to true if you start saying this. So you got to be very, very cautious with that. And I know our culture nowadays is all about, saying words. I mean, I say dump skunk, and next thing you know, everybody's saying dump skunk. So if one person says, to be honest, a bunch, then a lot of other people pick up on that and start saying, to be honest, as well. So that's what's happening. So I know most of you are not lying to me, because you're just saying, to be honest, just because everybody else says it. So we know that.
Or another one, Rick, it could be that that you got somebody with their mouth occupied with a skin flute.
Oh, yes. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, skin flute. Oh, God.
I have my own house, but I'm still broke. Yeah, that's what happens. Most of us eat, sleep, and work to pay for our house. Yeah, that's right. I would actually like to see T-Mobile bought by Comcast. Oh, yuck. No. The whole Lost Mobile making changes in the right direction, so not going anywhere. I'm currently thinking employment with Lost Mobile. Yeah, that's awesome. You should definitely jump on the bandwagon, man. It's going to be a really good company to put your foot in. Yes. My T-Mobile site has band 1266. I only get 1 meg. Oh, my God. I'm using the Galaxy Z Fold 3, and it shows up as an icon to 5G. There's the problem right there. Comcast customer care has gotten much better. Nope. Sorry to say. Fire investigations. Well, I got a little bit training in that, but my main thing was like criminal investigations. So, but I wasn't law enforcement, so I wasn't that. I was in the private sector. So mainly I did insurance fraud, and I did surveillance and stuff. So insurance fraud was my main thing. the insurance companies would subcontract it out to us, and we'd actually go out and do surveillance, and that's where I learned all my stuff. So yeah, investigation school was pretty cool. They teach all kinds of neat stuff. They teach how to pick locks, interview people, do mobile surveillance, foot surveillance, show you how to blend in with people and not even know they're behind you. So it's pretty cool. My nearby tower to my new place has N7141 is how I got the 500 down and 100 up. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's good. Looks like you moved in a great spot. Well, guess what? If I was on Skunk Mobile right now, guess what my phone would say? I'm 2 miles from the tower. 2 miles from the tower. If I had Skunk Mobile, it would say no service.
It would say,
that's right, folks. Now I have AT&T Lost Mobile in here. I got 2 bars. But I use Wi-Fi calling when I'm here. So just because. If you got it, got to get to use it. Yeah. What do you call a person that answers their own questions? Yeah. What do you call them?
What
do you call a person that answers their own questions?
I don't know about Zero Cool. What do you call them?
New Jersey jackass. That's right.
hold on. A skin flute exquisitionist.
That's right.
Oh, snap.
With
hello,
a deep
Ethan.
throat.
How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, here we go. To be honest, in front of every statement means that you're a liar. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't mean you're a liar. It's what liars usually do. So, if you like you get pulled over by the cops, okay? The officer says, "Sir, the reason I pulled you over is you're speeding." Well, to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention. That's a deceptive statement there. So it doesn't mean that you're lying, but that word is connected to being deceptive. So that doesn't mean you're a liar. So you got to just understand how that works. And there's many people that just blatantly use the deceptive words in their conversation. And I mean, have you ever seen that you talking to somebody and you're asking them, it's like, okay, so do you make $50,000 a year? And you look at the person and they're going like this. Yeah, I make $50,000 a year. What did I just do? Yeah, I make $50,000 a year. What did I just do? I just simply replied, no, I don't, because I went like this. Now, if I say, yeah, I make $50,000 a year. See, some people do that subconsciously. They don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah.
I make $50,000 a year.
Like a Jersey Hood boy, with the skin food. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. What? I tell you what. You want to watch his videos? Watch his videos. Look at his facial expressions. Look at his eyes. Watch everything about him, and I'll tell you what. It'll tell you the whole story right there. So, completely deception right there. Sup, Ricky Technoid. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Technoid's channel. He's got an awesome channel. He's doing really good. He's doing a really, really good job with his channel. It's very entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't make it tonight because of the clock, but I'm watching and supporting. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. Where is Sebi? Well, I think he may be doing research. To be honest, all the time. Well, no comment. Or I'm about to say, but sup, Technoid. Sup, Blaze. Ricky, I should hire you. Hire me for what? Oh, lost mobile employment. Where do I send my resume? Ethan wants to come work for you.
I know he does, bro. I told him I'll let him know when employment opens.
Tito says, okay, so to be honest, I love T-Mobile.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God, that's funny. To be honest, I love T-Mobile more than Google Pixel. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one. That's a classic right there. Private Eye. Yeah, Private Eye. Comcast isn't that bad. At least I get 9 ping, 400 down. Yeah, well, I'm supposed to get 1.2 gigs down here, but I don't get it. I get 700. Thong Mobile. Yeah, wrong mobile. There we go. I get full bars of Wi-Fi calling with T-Mobile.
Oh shit!
Oh snap! That's a good one. You guys crack me up. You know that? You guys crack me up. Crack me up. Crack me up. Yeah, I'm a broke biatch. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Swear to God, T-Mobile was bad. Swear. See, that's a contradictory statement right there.
Damn.
Oh my God. Got to go. Adios. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Body language. That's right. Yep. Yeah. Some of them, like, there's TV shows on there where it shows homicide detectives that's actually
Oh,
interviewing people and shit. It's amazing. Ding, ding, ding. Says I got an hour to get to work. Got to hurry up here. So, yeah, those homicide detective shows. They show you interviewing the people and you can sit there and watch and how are they sitting in the chair? I mean, just look at how they're sitting in the chair. They're like hunched over like this. They're like this. They're looking up. They're looking.
so hey,
I
somebody just got done.
I didn't kill that guy.
Hey, yo,
To be
Rick,
honest, I didn't kill that guy.
somebody just got their dose of salty skin flute.
Oh no! What the hell? Investigations. Skunk Mobile. Let me get to the comment here. Skunk Mobile. 30 into live. Oh yeah. Keep it going. Now I gotta get to work. Everyone, ARG Real Tech is live. To be honest, I really want to go watch them. Final launch date for N77. January. Got my Z Flip coming Friday. Clown. RFK, you gained 50 subs in a matter of a week. Yeah. And for a month, I think it was over 100 or so. So, yeah, I'm grateful everybody's coming back, and hopefully I don't mess up and get my live stream taken down again, like last week, by saying those 2 words that are wrong. I called the wrong thing fake, and it made YouTube mad. I could call 5G fake all day long. They don't care.
Hey, shut up. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. we get the picture.
Exactly. That's good growth. Yeah, I'm trying. All right. Well, I'd like to stay on for more hours and more hours. And we've been here for 2 hours and 37 minutes already. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I just wanted to show you the Ask Me Anything that Neville did and kind of show you the questions that people were asking him and dissecting and transcomposing and figuring out what all this stuff meant and everything like that. So I think that kind of shown some light on what they're doing and everything. So good job, T-Mobile. Keep up the great work. This live stream is dedicated to you. This is the live stream edition. T-Mobile live stream edition. Breaking news.
Spinach.
I need my spinach. Yeah. I eat me spinach raw. I plays me skin fruit long. Lum, 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 lum.
He likes his skin.
That's what she said.
His skin flute raw.
I got me bump on the lip from playing the skin flutes at the wrong time. 57 week equals 13 weeks to 1,000. Yeah. And don't forget the giveaway. I'm giving stuff away. I had 1,000 subs. So
that's right.
You got to be subscribed to my channel. You got to be subscribed to Carlos' channel. And you got to be subscribed to SMT's channel. If you subscribe to all 3 channels and you participate in all 3 channels, like, live streams and comment on videos and stuff, because we're going to check all 3 videos to make sure you're active, you're going to win something. Absolutely. Thanks for the info. Absolutely.
It could be
you can hit 1,000 subs in 3 months or less. Time to go to Vegas.
Hey, it could be a visit from your local Jersey hood boy skin flute player.
Oh, snap.
Oh my God.
IB's no PIMP and no.
He'll play Fair Elise.
You're the PIMP from the skin flute.
Yeah, he make me hundos. Lots of hundos.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have to live with my mommy.
So and
I got a car. Yeah, it's 20 years old and it's paid for, but at least I got a car. Yeah. All right. Well, I got to get my ass going. I have to be at work at 11 o'clock. So I have to get myself going here. So thanks everybody for coming in here tonight, saying hi. We'll do another live stream next week. I should be off Thursday unless something changes. So next Thursday I'll have another live stream and we'll talk about some other good stuff. Oh, I almost forgot too. I forgot to do this. I forgot to show you. I forgot
Ricky gets the motherfucking PIMP.
I forgot to show you guys this. Here's the proof that voice over NR is fake. Voice over NR is fake on T-Mobile, and here is the reason. Look, you can go on here. You can enable all these phones to do voice over NR on T-Mobile system. It's software trickery. Software trickery. See, look, it says right here, devices which have voice over NR enabled will use the same IMS user agent as for voice over LTE and the same codecs. There you go.
EVS is an enhanced voice service.
That's right. So there's the proof right there. T-Mobile ain't got no standalone. T-Mobile ain't got no voice over NR, and they certainly don't have any 5G. Maybe in a couple years we'll have it. If they do, we'll make sure we'll bring that back to you on this live stream on the T-Mobile live stream edition. Breaking news. And we're over and we're out. Good night, good peoples.
Deuces.